All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Thank you for your patience as well. I really appreciate it. Good Crush Chat is undefeated. We're gonna have a quick show today, but it's an important topic. It's a hot topic. Umar Johnson, he appeared today on the Breakfast Club. We're gonna actually watch a segment of the video. Um, I know that they're syndicated, so this may cause some problems, but we'll just have to wait and see. We're gonna watch the segment where he's asked questions, a few questions about the FDMG school scam, and it is a scam. We did two live streams where we outlined questions that the Breakfast Club should ask Umar about FDMG. Some of those questions, we put together a whole list of them, and then we ranked them, or we took the best ones or the most pertinent ones, and we didn't get around to ranking them, but some of the more important ones were, do you have a board of directors? The answer is no. How much money have you collected up to this point? The last time to the best of my knowledge, the last time that Umar gave an update on how much money he collected, he said he had collected $750,000. And this was years ago. In fact, it was in the documentary. So that was what, at least 3 years ago? At least. I should pull it up. Let me do that. Other questions that should have been asked, questions such as, how much money do you currently have? How much money have you spent on renovations? When will renovations be complete? Why did you say that renovations were complete last year and you're still renovating? These types of questions. Why did you report on your IRS tax filings for your nonprofit status? Why did you report for the fiscal year of 2022 that you received no money? See, these types of questions. And of course, as it turns out, they didn't ask him any critical questions, and they actually was very brief. I would have thought that at this point, because it's been going on, this school scam, Umar stated that he conceptualized it in 2005, which coincides with his UNIA days. Y'all go online and look up Umar Johnson UNIA resignation letter. Then in 2010, he announces that the school is going to open in 2013. I can show you all these receipts, but this is going to be a shorter show. And then in 2014, he starts to ask for money for the St. Paul's College down in Virginia, I believe. And then finally in 2019, after collecting millions, at least he was at $1 million in 2016, the end of 2016. I can pull up the receipt and show you. And then in 2019, he finally purchased these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware for $400,000. He doesn't provide any updates. There's no accountability. There's no oversight. There's no transparency on any of this. How much money he's raised, how much he purchased these abandoned properties. He never showed any paperwork or anything like that. I had to find all that in my own research. And then in 2019, he purchased abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. And here we are now 5 years and 4 months later, and the school's still not open. Every single year since 2013, he's changed the date. 2013, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 12 years already. And then now he's changed it to August of 2025. And it just keeps on going. I really would have thought that at this point, after all this time that has passed, as many times he's been on the Breakfast Club, that at this point they would have asked him more critical questions, but they decided not to. And see, they're accomplice in this scam because they exposed their audience to Umar. And so their audience has sent at least a percentage of their audience, they sent Umar money for a school that does not exist. And in this segment that we're going to watch here, I want us to really take the time to listen to what is actually being said, because you realize how twisted things get. And just the changing of certain words as Umar is speaking, and Charlemagne too, to a degree, gives the illusion that somehow this project has moved forward, that it's almost complete, but then that it is complete, and that what's going to happen next. And then you also hear Umar giving, he self-exposes. He shares what his plan is going to be moving forward. Okay, it's just excuse after excuse after excuse, and it's been going on now for 19 years. That's a long time. Let me, what was I going to pull up here? Yeah, let me do this. Let me just pull this up. So I'm going to go to my YouTube page. I'll pull it up in a different, oh, hold on a second. I'll put it up in a different browser. And I'm going to go to the documentary. And this premiered, well, this is over 4 years ago, March 14th, 2020. But I want to skip to the part where I break down Umar talking about how much money he's collected. Let me skim through this and I'll pull it up real quick here. And then I'll just play this clip and then we'll get into the Breakfast Club interview. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning on in. Everyone saw the Cookie Crush chat. Hope you had a wonderful day. Thanks for the mods for being here too. Also all our members too. We did a member live yesterday and we had a great time. We're talking about Umar with the misogyny and the disrespect of Black women, his objectification of Black women and sex. He's a misogynist. But people, for whatever reason, people give him a pass on that. I'm not even seeing this in here. I know it's in here because I remember. Let me see. I'm skipping through. Maybe I'll pull it up and then we can skip through it together. Let me just get to this part right here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop right here and then we'll find it together. Okay, let me pull this up. I'll do a screen share. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna play this. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. This is from my short community that I did on Umar years ago. Wait, that's not it. Here we go.
He's gonna go back and assemble a bunch of thugs, supposedly, to pounce on.
No faculty, no staff, no renovations, no running water, no HVAC, no.
Okay, he has done some renovations by this point, and there is running water, at least at times. The HVAC still does not work.
Electricity, and
he does have some electricity on one side of the street.
No financial transparency.
And there's still no financial transparency. Okay, now watch this.
In July of 2017, Umar Johnson said that he had collected $700,000.
How much was raised and what's the status of that?
$700,000, and the status is we're still looking for a school, and the status is my start date for FDMG will be 8/21/18.
In October of 2017, Umar Johnson said that he had collected $700,000.
So now what we're doing with the money we've raised, which is approximately $700,000
As of today.
As of today.
Wow, he lies so much. I can pull up the receipt right now and show you where. Hold on one second. This is interesting. Maybe we're gonna have to come back to this and check it out again. Let me see. How can I? Oh no, I can't do it through this interface. Let me see something real quick. Hold on one second. Let me let it play. I'll be right back.
Okay.
In November of 2017, Umar Johnson said, "We need another million. Can we get another million?"
So Baltimore, what's up, Baltimore?
Okay, yeah, actually, this makes sense. I see. Now, there's no need to pull up anything else. I see what's happening here. Okay, let me go back.
No faculty, no
million. Baltimore
1/18.
In October, $700,000.
How much was raised and what's the status of that?
$700,000, and the status is we're still looking for a school, and the status is my start date for FDMG will be 8/21/18.
In October of 2017, Umar Johnson said that he had collected $700,000.
So now what we're doing with the money we've raised, which is approximately $700,000.
as of today.
As of today.
Okay.
In November of 2017, Umar Johnson said, "We need another million. Can we get another million?"
So Baltimore, what's up, Baltimore? We need another million. Baltimore, can we get another million?
He later stated, "We almost got 1 mil."
I need y'all to call them NFL and NBA athletes. Tell them Dr. Umar need a mil. We almost got 1 mil. We need another mil.
In November of 2018, Umar Johnson stated that he had collected $750,000. Since that time, Umar Johnson has not provided an update concerning the total amount of donation money that he has received.
Wow, so this is 2018. I know that Make a Change, he once said that he heard Umar on a radio interview say that he had collected $800,000. But I haven't seen that receipt, and until such time that I see it, I'm going to stick with this figure right here. $750,000 in 2018. I have not heard Umar give any other update since that time. So let's round it up to 2019. We got 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then now we're into 24. So basically 5 years and 7 months. He hasn't updated how much money he has collected. Did I get the math right? 2019, the year of 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and then now here we are in 2024. So it's 5 years in 7 months. He hasn't given an update on how much money he's collected. And if he had, based on what he's saying here in 2018, $750,000, how much has he collected over the last 5 years and 7 months? But the truth is that he was already at $1 million in 2017. And I can pull up the receipt to show that. Okay. So to be clear about this, you would expect that the Breakfast Club would have asked him questions like, how much money have you raised at this point? Since the St. Paul's school scam, it's been over a decade. That was in April of 2014. So how much money have you raised, sir? And how much money have you spent? And how much money have you do you have left? And how much more money do you need to finish renovations on one side of the street? How much money do you need in order for operation costs? And that's going to be multi-millions of dollars per year. In fact, the renovations, in order to get everything up to code, it's going to take millions of dollars. See, Umar, he's playing games with y'all, you Umar Johnson followers. You may enjoy what he says and you get caught up in the emotionalism of it all, because it's all emotionalism. Because if you break down what he's saying, it's nothing really deep. It stimulates emotions in Black people. It's not upward bound. It's not a movement per se. It's just it's like slick talk. That's what it is. And for whatever reason, there are some of us who like to hear that. And as a consequence, we go along with the okie doke. And Umar is the okie doke, you see, but nothing tangible or real, and nothing that is substantial or substantive. There's nothing that you can pinpoint and say, hey, listen, this is what Umar has done, except run his mouth. See, but you would expect the Breakfast Club, and I expect the Breakfast Club to at least ask some critical questions. They did not even bother to do so. So what I like to do for the rest of this live stream is, and it's going to be brief. I would like to see your feedback inside of the chat room too, if you guys would like to comment in there. I'll do my best to pick things out. Amira says, I know a nonprofit teaching kids farming, but they're struggling, rubbing pennies to help as many kids as they can. Yeah. And that nonprofit could have probably used all the money that Umar has received. Umar's collected close to it's $2.7 million in and around there, based upon, and I can pull up receipt after receipt to show you how this calculation, it makes sense. And it's a lowball figure, 2.6 to $2.7 million. He hasn't updated people in over 5 years. Okay. And he's coming up with excuse after excuse after excuse. Okay, so before we get into this, let me just show you guys a thumbnail that I have here, and then we're going to get into the topic for today. Here you go, the Breakfast Club, more FDMG excuses. And I actually have the transcript of the conversation here. All right, so we may come back to this just to pick out a few things, we may. Okay, we'll just see how things go. Okay, so let's get into this. Let me go ahead and pull up the video. I have it queued up, and thank you all again for tuning on in. Yeah, there is no possible way that Umar even knows how much money he's received from folks. I agree with that. He has no, because he doesn't have a system of accounting. One time he used to write things down on a little notepad, like a notebook, paper. He doesn't know how much. He asked for CashApp, CashApps. That money comes in, and I'm sure he has a CashApp card. He just used that. That's for his personal expense. That's for rental cars. That's for hotel rooms, motel rooms. That's for travel to live his lifestyle. He doesn't know how much money he's collected. We're not even talking about cash. You know, people giving him cash, sending him to his P.O. box at venues, etc. Anyway, all right. Here we go.
I see you, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Yes, sir.
I see you in the building all the time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's not true. Charlemagne, that's not true. You don't see him in the building all the time. You're lying, sir. I'm going to call out each and every single lie. See, up until the paint days, Umar hadn't even been up in there live streaming himself for over 6 months. So what are you talking about, sir? You don't see him up in there all the time. What is all the time? Every 6 months? I'm going to call out every single lie. Now, either you're lying, sir, or you're trying to placate to Umar, or both. Well, actually, if you're placating, you're still lying because it's not true. Cookie Crush Chat, I've talked about this. Have I not hit the one? I've already talked about this. How Umar, he only goes up there when he's in dire straits. And it's amazing to me that he hadn't gone up there prior to the paint days. And that wasn't even him live streaming. He just, the first paint day, the more recent, or not the most recent one, but he did 4 altogether. So go back to the first one in the sequence of 4. See this? The first one in a sequence of 4, it wasn't even a live stream because he was banned on Instagram at the time. Wait a minute. Charlemagne, how do you see him up there all the time and he was banned off of Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook? What are you talking about? Did you go up there to go see him? Is that what you're telling us? I don't think so. So either you're lying or you're placating to Umar. Which one is it? Good question, chat. Is he lying or is he placating or is it both? Okay, I'm going to call out every single lie here. Okay, here we go.
No, and
They still saying where the school at.
Yeah, they still saying where the school at. Everybody knows where the school
Yes, sir.
is.
Oh, no. It's not a school, Charlemagne. Now, if you stated, this is what I mean by the trickery with the words. Now, if you stated everyone knows where the abandoned buildings are located because they're still on the vacant property list, then yeah, they're in Wilmington, Delaware. I can give you the street address and all that stuff. I ain't going to do that here. Okay. I wonder if you even know the street address, Charlemagne. And this is not about you. I'm just saying you have your facts together. See, you're supposed to be an interview host. Have your facts together. Know what you're asking. And if you're going to ask something, make sure that the foundation upon which you're asking that question is on truth. So you don't say something like, or if you make a comment, make sure that it's based on facts and truth. So if you say something like, I see you up there all the time. Okay, when was the last time you saw Umar up there prior to these 4 paint days? It was 6 months. So you can't say that he's up there all the time. You see what I'm saying? This makes sense? Hold on one second. I'm going to make sure this is it still live? Is it still streaming? My chat room ain't even Oh, there we go. Okay. How's it going, Holly B? Yeah, he's lying to placate. That's really what it is. That's what it is. Now, real quick, Charlemagne said that people ask, where's the school? Now, Charlemagne, what is the definition of a school? There we go. This is from the Oxford Dictionary, online dictionary. You guys can go look it up for yourself. There's no need for me to pull it up. I'm just going to read it verbatim. School, an institution for educating children. Charlemagne, are there children up there being educated? The answer is no. So it's not a school. This makes sense? What is a school? A school is an institution for educating children. There's no children up there. It's just Umar. There's no teachers up there. There's no counselors. There's no vice principals. Umar allegedly is going to be the principal. There's no nurse. There's no security guards. There's nothing. There's not even HVAC or working HVAC up there. Now, what I'm getting at is that a school is an institution. An institution is an infrastructure. Umar doesn't have the infrastructure. Charlemagne, do you realize that there's no IT infrastructure in those buildings? So it's not an institution. If there's ceiling tiles that are missing all over the place, it's not an institution. If there's no carpet, it's not an institution. If there's no desk, no chairs, no computers, no tablets, it's not an institution. And I can run down a whole list. So I'm going to read it one more time. This is from the Oxford Dictionary. You can go online and go look it up yourself. A school, it's a noun, an institution for educating children. So when people say, where is the school? We need to say, where is the institution for educating children, Charlemagne? You see, this is basic. This is just logic reason. Now, does Umar have an institution where children are being educated? The answer is no. Now, if he had an institution where children were being educated, then that would be considered to be a school. But if he doesn't have an institution where children are being educated, it's not a school. So therefore, people should not be asking, where is the school? Now, you can say, where are the buildings located? That's in Wilmington, Delaware. But if someone asks me, where is Umar's school? I would say he doesn't have a school because a school is an institution for educating children. Here we go.
Yes, sir. You can't miss it.
You just was asking for something. What was you just asking for?
Charlemagne, he's always asking for something. Cookie Crush Chat, a list of things that Umar has asked for. He's always asking for something. See, he's received millions of dollars, $2.6 to $2.7 million at this point. He's been collecting money since the St. Paul school scam since 2014. We're now in 2024. He asks for money all the time. Cash App, get on your Cash App, get on your PayPal, send me money to your P.O. box. We eat money, cookies, food, give. No, seriously, come on, y'all. Cookies. He's always asking for. Here we go, De Niro Jones. He's always asking for money, but it's interesting because he asks for money, he collects the money, but then he asks for free services. He says, "I need your time and your labor." And that we have a running joke here. He always says, "I need." And here you are, Charlemagne. You're parroting what he says. You said you needed something. Yeah, he always needs something. Real quick, Charlemagne said, I see you, the Frederick Douglass Marcus at Garvey Academy. I see you in the building all the time. That's not true. Then Umar says, yes, sir. They still saying, where is the school at? Well, these buildings are in Wilmington, Delaware, but there is no actual functional school because a school is a place of learning where children are being educated. Charlemagne says, yes, they still saying where the school at. Everybody knows where the school is. There is no school, Charlemagne. Then Umar says, yes, sir, you can't miss. I think he says you can't miss it. Charlemagne says, and you were just asking for something. What were you asking? He's always asking for something. He gets the donations and then he asks for things for free. So real quick, let's just do a quick list and all jokes aside, okay? He wants free labor. Thank you, Barn Keith. What else does he want? He wants y'all to hit your PayPal. All right. He wants the peanut butter Africans. No, come on. Yeah, he wants raw cash. He asks for food all the time. Okay. He wants the PayPal. He's asked for desk. What's up, Jesus Price? He's asked for desk. Money, plenty of money. What else? Y'all crazy. He asked for plumbers. Yes. What else? He asked for massages. Thank you, Kiara. I was going to mention it myself. He asked for massages, Charlemagne. So he wants people to send him money, donate it to this fake school scam. But then he wants free labor, but he also asked for massages. See, Charlemagne, you said, I see you, excuse me, you says, and you were just asking for something. What were you asking for? He's asked for back massages. What else? He's asked for gifts, back rubs. He asked for an HVAC technician. He asked for paint. What's up, Big Philly? He asked for paint. Yeah, it is right. Temporary. All he do is ask for things. He asked for a pedicurist. I kid you not. We covered that yesterday. Yeah, plumbers, pistachio, peanut butter queens, all that. He asked for HVAC technician. He called HVAC technician. He said, thanks for the 20, but next time get 50. How's it going, Walker? He's asked for a gardener. See, he should be paying for these things because he's collecting money, Charlemagne, but he ain't even paying for these things. He just collecting money. He uses it for his lifestyle. And then he asks for the things that he should be paying for based on the money that he receives from his followers so that he can open up FDMG. He even asked for the grit money, Amira. That's a doggone shame. And all this is factual. I can pull it up. He's asked for electricians. And then he snarled afterward. He always snarled. And he asked for carpenters, HVACers, interior designer. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus Price. Yeah, massaging. Okay. How's it going, God, little princess? Yeah, he did. He asked for a hot meal. This guy asked for everything. Furniture. Yeah. Roofers. Don't bring up the gardeners. I don't want to pull that video up ever again. Anyway, he asked for everything. Free labor. It's just all over the place. Okay, let's continue. Here we go. See, Umar has to think about it. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's right here.
In the neighborhood, they're telling me.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I apologize.
So if we want a new mind, it could be the layer of paint. So we're going to do one more paint.
Saying where the school at. Everybody knows where the school
Yes, sir.
is.
Yes, sir.
And
You can't miss it.
You just was asking for something. What was you just asking for?
Somebody to help us with the floors.
With the floors. Yes,
we got. So last time I was here, remember, I was still struggling with the HVAC. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So the
Okay, and when was the last time he was on there, Cookie Crush Chat? He was struggling with the HVAC, and guess what? It still doesn't work. When was the last time Umar was on the Breakfast Club? Because they hadn't had him on in a while. Cookie Crush Chat, help me out. I can go pull it up though. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not. Was it 2021? The last time Umar was on the Breakfast? Yeah, I think it was at the end of 2021. It was in December of 2021, right? No, I don't think it was 2023. No, he wasn't on last year. I think it was 20. Here, I'm gonna go look it up. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Because I'm always clear on the timeline. And Charlamagne, I know you ain't gonna watch this. And same thing with DJ Envy. DJ Envy kept quiet on this one, but I have the timeline clear. I have all the receipts, and I can break this down step by step. I don't think you care because you want the views, and that's what it comes down to. I know the Breakfast Club isn't quite what it was, especially after Angela Yee. I know you guys got dropped from different radio stations. So you got to do what you got to do. And Umar brings the most amount of views. But understand, when we talk about integrity, Umar is a fraudster, and you know it. You know it. But you don't care because it's about that cheese and that cheddar. Okay, I'm trying to look right here. Interview. Okay, he was there in 2015, 16, 2017. Oh, wait a minute. So you're right. 2019, 2021, and then in 2022. Okay, so that's what it is. It's at the end of 2022. So just to be clear, okay, I want to correct myself. December 9th, 2022. So let's just round that up. They're going to say the beginning of 2023. We'll just say January of 2023. So he hadn't been on there for over a year and a half. You see this? And over a year and a half ago, he was struggling with the HVAC. Well, guess what? The HVAC still doesn't work. That's why if you guys go and look at the paint days that he recently had, they're in their sweat. They don't have no HVAC on. It doesn't work. He's going to lie and tell you all something different, but I can pull it up and show you. It was last year Umar was talking about how they needed one more piece to the HVAC and they needed one more component. He said a control unit or something like that. That HVAC, it don't work. Okay. So to be clear, yeah, did I say 2022? I think I said 2022, the end of 2022, but we're going to say 2023, which would be a year and 7 months later, the HVAC still does not work.
HVAC is done, plumbing is done, all the systems repaired.
Yeah, he's lying there. That's a blatant lie. The HVAC does not, to this day, it does not work. Okay, so I'm calling out all the lies. There's another lie. How many lies is that so far, Cook Crush? Here we go.
Now it's superficials. We got to get the doors done.
Okay, why do you have to get the doors done when you said that renovations were complete? I can pull up the video. Matter of fact, I'll pull up the video. You guys can go on to YouTube and you can go to King Kong Consciousness YouTube page. On King Kong Conscious on YouTube page, on YouTube, and you can type in, let's go with Renovations Complete or FDMG Renovations. And it come up. This is from 10 months ago. You see what I mean? I know the timeline, okay? And I can pull up the receipts. It's just like that. Then I go and find it. I can pull it up for everybody. Watch this. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio on this. Here you go. And actually, let me give you the date first, because I always like to be clear on the timeline. And if I'm ever wrong, I correct myself. This is from August 12th, 2023. August 12th, 2023. Here we go.
Peace and day. This is for us right now. But you know what? I want to say thank you to all my donors at right now. Brothers and sisters, I am proud and I am pleased to announce to you at this moment, Black August 11th of 2023. I'm live, King. Black August 11th of 2023. I'm on a live stream, King. I'm here for a minute, though. Swing back around. Okay, I got you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That we have finally completed all of the renovations for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan African Excellence. I'm going to say it again.
This was August of 2023. We're in July. So let's just round it up. It was a year ago. He said a year ago that the renovations were complete, but then now he's on the Breakfast Club today, which is July 10th, 2024. And he's saying that they still have doors to fix. And I know this because I already looked. I mean, he already self-exposed. There's doors that need to be fixed. There's doors that don't have hinges. There's doors that are off the hinges. There's no carpet in some of these rooms. There's in all of them. There's no carpet because he ripped it all out. There's tile water damage. He said that he needs and I can pull it up. He said that he needs a roofer. And he said he needed a roofer as soon as possible. It was a desperate situation. Yeah, because the roof leaks. And in fact, there's this hallway when Maria was up there with the two brothers with Maria, the Latina that was up there. When they went up there, the guy with the camera was walking down the hall. And when he walked down the hall, you can see up top how there was water damage coming down. And then you look towards the ground, you can see the tile was all messed up because of the water damage. But he said renovations were complete a year ago. And if memory serves me right, the Maria video was towards the end of last year. But he gets on the Breakfast Club and he tells y'all that he still needs these things that need to be done. But in this video about a year ago, he said that renovations were already done. So which one is it? See, he's a liar. He's a scammer. And Charlemagne, you know that. You're intelligent enough. I've seen you speak. I ain't with a lot of stuff you say, okay, but that ain't even the point. It's not like I watch you all that much anyway, but I know that you're at least halfway intelligent to know that this guy is a scammer. But you guys have him on anyway because you know he's going to bring the views. I get it. I get it. I'm going to still call out the lies, though, because a lie is a lie and the truth is the truth. And DJ MV, you know he's a scammer, too. Just like you knew that Cesar Pena was a scammer. But you had him on anyway. You had him on over and over again. And you knew that. Here we go.
We got some doors that got to be replaced. We got another layer of paint. So we're going to do one more paint.
Okay. He's still having paint days, but he said renovations are complete. Why are you painting, though, anyway, sir, when you still have all this other work that needs to be done? Painting should be the last thing, correct? Yes or no? Hit the one. He does things backwards. We got 800 people in the building. Hit the like button. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this stuff with Umar is about to really start heating up. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to continue with the coverage. I want to thank everyone for being supportive of the channel. Everyone inside the Cookie Fresh chat, y'all undefeated. Here we go.
And then we got 11 floors where we took the old rugs out. We got to cover them up, right? So in fact, coming here, one of the good sisters who Sister Jennifer out of
see this all of a sudden. He has it already figured out. He already has it already lined up. See. He needs carpets, he needs the flooring done, etc. Then he already watched this.
Trenton, shout out to her and her husband. She has an uncle who does floors, so I'm going to meet with him this weekend.
How convenient. And it's this weekend. Are you sure it's not on Monday? Okay, he always do it. Umar always do this. Yeah, all those hand gestures, that's just to sell the scam. That's all that is. Yeah. See, but he already has lined up, and it's whoever he says the lady is and her husband. He said it's her uncle. He said it's uncle twice removed that got the goat down the street around the way. That's the guy. He's a good one that's gonna do it.
And see what type of price he can give. I also met with some other brothers who do.
Oh, you also met with some other brothers who do. How convenient. Umar, boy, he's such a slickster. Yeah, Uncle Cousin and them. You know the one that got the pit bull, the brown and the pink pit bull. You know, one of the pit bull got wings. He can fly down to the building. Let me stop playing. Here we go.
Floors, and the prices wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? So once we do that last layer.
See how he doesn't give the actual price. What did they quote you? See, he never deals with numbers and figures. That's a red flag for any of these scammers. Like with Jay Morrison, they had him on the Breakfast Club too. They asked Jay Morrison flat out, how much money is left in the TREF, and he won't answer. The most recent video they did, the Zoom thing, I have it downloaded. We're gonna get to it at some point. This guy, he doesn't have any type of statistics, no numbers, no figures. And if you're dealing in real estate, if you're dealing in TREF, the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, and people are investing, you got to have some hard figures to share with people. See, and that's a red flag when people don't have hard figures to show you, and then have it backed up where there's paperwork that's being shown. Like Umar never showed how much he purchased these trap vandals for. He could have got these trap vandals for $125,000 and pocket the rest of the money. He got it for $400,000, and that's based on my research. I'm the one that had to go and find that. $400,000. Where the rest of the money? He had over $1 million back in 2016, the end of 2016. Let's say 2017. He collects money for another 2 years. If my memory serves me right, I can pull up the receipt and show y'all. Where'd all that money go? You only paid $400,000. You was already at $1 million back in the day. See, but they never give you any hard stats, any figures. That's a red flag when you're dealing with these scammers. Same thing with Jay Morrison.
Coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard to get?
Okay. Now, this right here is a problem, Charlemagne. You don't give him an out. That's what you're doing. You're giving him an out. I think you know that Umar is scamming, and I think you know that Umar is going to use this as the next excuse because he has excuse after excuse. What are some of the, and see now the next excuse, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And I already told people, didn't I? Wait, hold on. Y'all give me some credit because I told people that this is what Umar was going to do, didn't I? I don't mean to say it that way. Remember, we skipped whooped it. Didn't I tell you? I apologize on that. But I did tell people here in the Cookie Crush chat that this is exactly what was going to happen. I told people, I said, number one, Umar's going to have some paint days in advance of the Breakfast Club so that if they ask him about FDMG, he can say that we just got done with these paint days. We're almost done. And I also told you all that the next big hurdle that Umar is going to create as a scammer is that he's going to apply for the certificate of occupancy and then it's going to be denied. He already said this months ago. He was talking about how, yeah, we're probably going to have to sue the city. You know, we're going to have, now he's saying we're going to have to march against the city. He already has it formulated in his mind what the next delay will be to continue this scam indefinitely. And see, Charlemagne, you gave him an out. And I think you did it on purpose. I already think you already knew. You probably saw one of these videos of Umar talking about, I think he was talking, I don't know if it was the Yachty, whatever, the Yachty or something like that. One of the big shows. You probably saw that, and that's why you're saying this. You're giving him an out. You're giving a scammer out. You're giving Umar, he's a fraudster, you're giving him an out, and you know that that's going to be his next excuse as to why this project is going to be delayed. And meanwhile, he's going to keep collecting money, just like he's been saying that it's been delayed since 2010. He said the school was going to open in 2013. He conceptualized this foolishness back in 2005. And I can pull up the receipt and play it for you. But Charlemagne, you're giving him an out, and you're doing it on purpose too. Umar already has a plan. He knows how to finesse people. And you're allowing him right here without any critical critique or critical analysis of anything that Umar is saying. You should have said, hey, wait a minute, last time he was on here, you were saying that you were almost done. Didn't he say that the white people came and they knocked it out in 3 weeks? They did more in 3 weeks. I'm paraphrasing. They did more in 3 weeks than black people did in 3 years. They're meaning black people. Well, if that's the case, and he coming up here talking about how there's still all this stuff needs to be done, listen, Charlemagne, you should, brother, if you're intelligent enough to stop playing these games. You should have said, hey, wait a minute, last time you was on here, bro, you said you was pretty much done. We hear you over here 2 years later, whatever it is. And you talk about how you still trying to get paint done, you trying to get doors done, and now you saying that it's going to be delayed because the city's going. How do you know that? How do you know that they're going to not give him a certificate of occupancy? I'm going to tell you why, because it's not up to code, and Umar knows that. Umar also knows, I don't mean to go off, but Umar also knows that the proper permits were not pulled for a lot of the work, the vast majority of the work that was done on these buildings, because he had Pookie and Ray Ray up there doing all the work, the vast majority of it. Now, electricity, he had some black people come up in there, and then he fired them after they got enough on to make it look like, he's really making progress. He fired them and he said it was in there stealing. That's what Umar said. They were stealing stuff. What they gonna steal off these trap bandos? What are you talking about? The crackheads and the dope fiends they had 6 years to rummage through them trap bandos. And they took most of everything. You go up on the top of them roofs and you look at the HVAC units, all stripped out, completely gutted. People can live up in there. It's just a shell. What did they steal? But Umar has an excuse. That then becomes a delay. The black contractors. What is real quick? No, that's what he said. He said that anyone remember that hit the one? He said that the black electricians, they was up and he had to get rid of them because they was up in there stealing. They were charging too much and they was lazy. They wasn't getting the job done and they was stealing. All these negative racial stereotypes about black people. And then he gets on the Breakfast Club the last time. He said something, I'm paraphrasing. He said something to the effect of, I had to go to the Latinos and I had to go to the white, the white people. They just came in and knocked it out. They got it done three. Well, if they got it done in 3 weeks, why are we here, sir, 2 years later, and you still talking about shit that you need to get done? You said renovations were complete many a moons ago, but here you go. Because you're a liar, sir. You're a fraudster. What are some of the things that Umar has excuses, delays that Umar has given over the years? I can give you, listen, off the top of my head, watch this. I'll give you 5. The white lawyer, sabotage, the blueprints. He couldn't get into one of the rooms. I kid you not. I kid you not. The black electricians, that they were delaying things. His schedule. That's why we couldn't get the HVAC unit put up. There's a whole list. Yeah, his travel schedule, the blueprints. There's so many different things. He always has an excuse, and he already has the next excuse lined up. And I'm telling you now, I told y'all before, even before he got up on the Breakfast Club today, I told y'all exactly what he was going to do, and that's exactly what he's doing. He always blaming trifling black people, the HVAC, the so-called fire in the building, the car also the car that crashed and caught on fire. That one too. That was sabotage somehow. The HVAC was still at the crane yard. He didn't have enough money. It was Brother Jose's fault. Water in the gym. There's probably still water in there. That's why he ain't even been in that gym. I can't even remember the last time he was in that small gym. Charlemagne and DJ Envy, did y'all know that Umar hasn't shown the interior of the other? He hadn't done a walkthrough on the interior of the other side of the street in over 5 years. I repeat, 5 years. I'm gonna say it 3 times like Umar. In over 5 years, this guy is a scammer. Okay, there's plenty of other things that we look in the chat when y'all have time. Let's keep going here. Yeah, blueprints was another one. He had to find the blueprints. All right, let's get back to it. Here we go. See, Umar right here, he's thinking of something to say. See this long pause. He knows that he has to come up with an excuse, and he's thinking, okay, how am I going to spin this so that it ties to what the out that Charlemagne is giving me? You see this? Hold on one second. Let me do real quick. Let me do some of these super chats. I apologize. We came up earlier. Let me do this. What's up, Black Wolf? Says, so Umar doesn't bash black folks like he normally does when he is on this show. I'm waiting for him to say lazy Negroes and all that. It's brothers now. Yeah, but I haven't watched the whole video. I watched the beginning part and then I skipped through to where I got to the FDMG part, and that's it. So, but listen, Black Wolf, I don't know if you've seen it. I highly doubt that he did not go on that show and not criticize some black people, probably some black celebrities that have more clout than he does. I highly doubt that he didn't do that because he always does that. That's how this guy, he's the ultimate clout chaser. See? And he's always bashing black people. You guys listen to Umar. He rarely says anything negative about white people. And he's all black power this and all this kind of stuff and white supremacy this. But at the end of the day, if you listen to Umar talk, we were watching the video yesterday, and Umar was talking about how you single black mothers that you're buck breaking your sons. What? Y'all any of Umar followers, go watch that. Go listen. Go watch that shit. He disparages black people all the time. That's why the Umar Johnson followers, you guys, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all always saying y'all trying to bash a black man. Well, listen, if you listen to Umar, 95% of his talking points is about bashing black people, mainly successful black men who aren't literally living in their mother's closet. Umar lives in his mother's closet, literally. DJ Envy, did you know that? Charlemagne, did you know that? So Umar will attack black men all the time. But if you look at Umar in his personal life, this guy lives inside his mama's closet. He rents cars. He don't have his own car. He doesn't have his own place of residence. He don't take care of his kids. He's been on child support for over 20 years. I already showed the receipts on all that. And it's not like he's being called in. He has a driver's license revoked many times. It's not, and I shouldn't say many, 2 or 3 times. That's more than enough. But his docket is so long. If you go on the website, it's already truncated, but I got all the screenshots. And it's not like he was in child support once a year or twice a year. I'm talking about many times a month over the course of 20 years. I mean, there was 1 month, I think he was in child support like 3 or 4. How you going to be, they call you to child support for 3 or 4 times in 1 month? It's crazy. Well, the point that I'm getting at is that I highly doubt that Umar went on that show and did not disparage black people. And I would propose that one of the reasons why Umar disparages black people so much is because he doesn't want to face his own life and his own affairs. So let me tear everybody else down because it makes me feel better. And yet you, Umar Johnson, you say you're trying to tear a black man down, but that's all Umar Johnson do. Am I tearing Umar down? No, I'm just telling the truth. Everything I say here is factual. And I also point out the lies. And I can back it up with receipts. I can pull up the videos because the way my mind works, I know the timeline. Oh, wait, okay, that's that video, and I can pull it up. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you guys, it's fact-based. Fact is, Umar stays inside his mama's closet when she lets him. So I don't know, Black Wolf. Someone else in the chat room, let me know if he went off on any black people. I mean, I would be surprised if he didn't. Okay, yeah, he will say brother this and brother that to start. Okay, but at a certain point, you know, Umar, Black Wolf, you know how he. All right, thank you for super chat. Let me get to these real quick. Is Charlemagne getting some of that donor money? I don't think so. I just think it's a matter of views. I think it's a matter of likes. I think it's a matter of the virility, if you will. From a social media standpoint, that Umar tends to go viral. Interesting enough, the one thing I noticed is that there were a lot of people that was calling him out in the comment section about the FDMG scam. They may like a lot of people like the other stuff that Umar be talking about. Not my cup of tea. But when it comes to this school scam, more and more people are waking up and they know the truth. Charlemagne already knows. And DJ, I know that DJ Envy know. I know he know. Because he was in the real estate too. And he was dealing with Cesar Pena. He know. But it's about the views, you see. When you look in the comment section, more and more people are criticizing Umar, even on his Instagram. They're criticizing Umar about FDMG because more and more people realize that it's nothing more than fraud. It's a scam. Thanks, Fiery Water. How's it going, Tata? Says, it's always a brother tackling a project instead of an actual vendor. What do you mean by that? It's always a brother tackling a project instead of an actual vendor. Yeah, I'm not quite sure well, I understand what you're saying in terms of brother tackling a project, because it's just like Umar by himself as opposed to an actual vendor. Do you mean vendor in terms of, let's say, a group of people that's organized to make something happen? Is that what you mean? You don't have to send another super chat, but go ahead and post inside the chat room, and I'll look for it just to explain. Then I can respond to that. But I understand what you're saying, the first part there. Okay, and thanks for super chat, Tata. T. Jones says Umar is Charlemagne the God's version of Caesar. Ooh, goodness. Well, there's a difference, T. Jones, to me, because Cesar Pena didn't have the what is the word? Cesar Pena didn't have the gravitas. That's not the word. He didn't have the personality type that would really get people excited and moved to do anything. Whereas Umar does. There's a term, I'm just not coming to mind right now. The charisma, there it is. See, Umar knows how to turn that switch and he becomes charismatic. Okay, he starts waving his hands like this, and he starts talking over everybody. Okay. Cesar Pena didn't have that. This guy was a straight up goofy. Umar goofy too, but Cesar Pena was real goofy. I mean, this guy, he was one of them people that they'll sit way in the corner by themselves, and everyone else is having a good time. They're just sitting over there just. So there's a difference, in my opinion, between Cesar Pena and Umar Johnson. Now, is Umar Charlemagne the God's version of Cesar Pena? Well, I will say this, that when it comes to getting likes and views, Umar is Charlemagne's go-to. That's what I will say. Okay. Now, it could be stated that Cesar Pena was, at least for what the money that was coming in, not for views and likes on the Breakfast Club, but in terms of the real estate scamming that was going on, it could be stated, in my opinion, that Cesar Pena was the go-to for DJ Envy. Maybe that's what you mean. Okay. All right. But yeah, Charlemagne is Umar Johnson is Charlemagne's go-to when they really need views, when they really need to stir the pot, when they really need to get people excited and get the virility aspect, get the stuff going viral on social media, they go to Umar. But you notice there was a big gap between relatively speaking, a big gap between the last time they had Umar on and this time. Okay, but their show has been struggling. It's well known. They've been dropped from different stations, and it's been a big issue. And so they have to figure out ways to keep things going. I get it. Okay, now I want to just real quick. So what was that? That was from Tata. Did Tata leave? I want to make sure that let me check in here real quick. Tata, where are you at? Are you in here? Yeah, I don't see it. It might be these. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant to say charisma. Someone said Charlemagne is one of the 100 vendors. Over 100 vendors. Yeah. Is Tata in here? I'm so sorry, Tata, because I want to give a full response and a full answer. Oh, does it mention the business name? Is that what you mean? Okay. So the vendor as the business. Yeah. So which I think what you're saying, it's just I didn't understand. So it's always a brother tackling a project instead of an actual business. Yeah. Well, that's what I kind of interpreted, because if you think about it, Umar doesn't have a team. It's not a business. It's not an organization either. It's just Umar. He's the only one on the board of directors too, by the way. When you guys go up there and see Umar walking around asking for cash apps, where's his team at? He doesn't have one. It's just him. And then every once in a while, he'll put together something. He'll put together a block party, or he'll put together a paint day. And then there are people who will come out. But after that, he's right back by himself. See? Yeah. But see, for Umar, if he's the only person involved, well, he's the only person in charge of the money, and therefore he can do whatever he wants to with the money that he receives for this scam. And that's really what this all comes down to. It's really that simple with Umar. It's about control of the money. Right? Thanks, Tata. And thanks, T. Jones. Ayo Jojo says he's not meeting with any commissioners, mayors, district reps, etc., to revitalize the area families are supposed to be moving to. Scammer Tunde. Yeah, he doesn't have any inroads in that community whatsoever. He's been there for 5 years and 4 months now. He has no inroads. He hasn't put together he's put together 2 block parties, but it was actually he had 2 block parties, but he had black women who organized it. But outside of that, he hasn't had let's say a Christmas gift drive, a backpack drive. He hasn't had, let's say, a turkey drive for Thanksgiving. He doesn't have a pantry, for people to come. They don't have food in the area, or like clothes. They can come and get clothes or anything like that. He hasn't organized a sports league for the boys up over there. He's collected millions of dollars though, 2.6, at least 2.6, 2.7. That's a low ball figure. Over the last decade, since St. Paul's school scam, he hasn't organized anything. And of course, he's not talking with the commissioners. He's not talking with the mayors or the districts or anything. I mean, that's Umar. Can you imagine Umar going up there to go talk with a commissioner or a mayor or a district rep? See? Yeah, he doesn't care. He goes up there when he needs to get money. That's it. And give the illusion of progress, IOP. But outside that, he's not dealing with people one-on-one. And guess what? There is a woman that moved out there, and I showed the video. Hit the one. I'm not going to show it here right now for time's sake, because we got to stick to the foolishness on the Breakfast Club. Okay, we got 900 people to put in. Hit the like button. I appreciate it. Sound like Umar. You don't need cash yet. I have a video where a woman goes up and to FDMG with Umar's out there. He's live streaming, running his mouth, yelling, and she approaches him and she starts to tell her story. She moved out there and she had a son that I believe she said he was autistic, and she wanted her son to attend FDMG. That's sad. And you, Charlemagne and DJ Envy, you have him on your show. Look at what he's doing to these people. That was the most tragic video of all that I've seen. And I stated that then, I'll say it again. And Umar didn't have anything to say to her that would help her or anything like that. He just gave her more delays on why the school, just like he went on Breakfast Club to give more delays. This is an older video too. I can pull it up. We showed it recently. Hit the one. I ain't making it up. He's a scammer. Thanks, Ayo Jojo. The Rose family says he did lie on LeBron, and I don't know, because I haven't watched the whole thing. You know, he probably listen. I'm sure he had to, because Umar always does that. Okay, Black Wolf. I don't know if you've seen. You probably haven't seen it, so I don't know. Y'all in the chat room he had to go in at least on somebody. He going on LeBron, like LeBron James' son. Umar talking. He be attacking successful people's kids. Look at what LeBron James has done. His family is doing well. His sons, one of them is in the NBA. Another one's probably going to be in the NBA too. You know, that's come on now. And he paved the way for him. A lot of people give him criticism, but listen, that's what a father should do. You work with your son, you pave the way for your son. That's what LeBron James did. See, he may be still in the league and be playing with both of his sons. How about that? Umar, meanwhile, you an absentee father. You can't even see your child with unsupervised. You got supervised visitation and it's court ordered. So what you talking about? You see, Umar said that he paid his child support in bulk. I mean, he let it accumulate. Then when the court called him in, and I have the receipts, they called him in, then he'll pay it. I can play the video where he stated that. He gonna criticize LeBron. Yeah, he got some nerve. I'm sure he always does. He had to go at somebody. That's what Umar does. He always talking trash about black people, especially successful black men, successful black athletes and entertainers. Thanks, the Rosas family. Did Umar get paid to do the podcast? I don't think they pay people. Okay, and I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. I mean, it's a huge platform. It's not as popular as it used to be, but it's a huge platform, and they don't have to pay people. People be thankful to come on there. Now, I'm sure. Yeah. Hey, who's to say? I don't know for sure. Anybody know? Let me know inside the chat room. Thanks, CB Love for the shoot. Everyone else for the shoot. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Okay, and I was trying to have this under an hour, but you know me running my mouth. Anyway, here we go.
It could be. So I'm going to meet with him this weekend and see what type of price he can give. I also met with some other brothers who do floors, and the prices wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? So once we do that last layer of coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard to get?
It could be, because in talking with some of the...
See, he's coming up with this lie on the spot. See this? Hit the one. This guy's he's a what they call a pathological liar. He's coming up with this lie on the spot. That's why he paused, because he didn't know how he was going to answer that. And you know, Umar, he's quick with the line, but he had to find something now. Okay, how do I explain this? Hit the one. I told y'all. Yeah, he's a slick talker like Jay Morrison. Okay, look, everyone caught it. This guy. He is such a slick talker, and he be lying. This guy, what's up, Sigmund? He never addressed that jacked up ceiling. I know. What's up, Palmer Reeves? He lie on the really. He was pondering it. Watching pause.
It could be.
Just like that. He came up with a lie. Watch. Listen to this foolishness. Watch this.
Because in talking with some of the businesses in the neighborhood, they're telling...
See him start blinking? See? That increased blink rate. That's what they call that. They call it increased blink rate. Umar always blinking and sniffing when he started lying and snarling. I've studied this guy. Watch him. See him blinking?
It could be. Because in talking with some of the businesses in the neighborhood...
See that? Yeah. Talking with who? Some of the business. What businesses you talking about, Umar? Umar, boy, he is a trip. Yeah, he do. He do. Yo, Jojo, he starts snarling. He start going like this. And this lip would go up. He started to be twitching. I'm not lying. He did it every time. But that rapid blink rate with his eyes, that's when he gets the line, and he does it all the time. I'll study this stuff because I'll be watching those shows where they be interrogating people. Since Angela Yee's departure, none of the hosts do any prep unless the guest is a celeb. It's easy to forget envy and jest are there without intellectual Yeah, I don't want to talk down about people in terms of intellectualism, but I do know this, that the show is not what it used to be. I do know that. I do know that. It was overwhelmingly powerful. I mean, it really was the show of all shows, wasn't it? Because I can't really think of any other, for hip hop at least, or for hip hop culture, I can't think of any other shows that's gotten to that point. I mean, there may have been. I just can't think of it. And its heyday, I mean, it was extremely powerful, but popular, but it's not the same these days. I'm gonna tell you something else, expressive orator. Angela Yee has some sense. And if you guys go back and look at those earlier Umar Johnson interviews on the Breakfast Club, she was there for the first couple of times, but then he started talking bad about Asians, and she's part Asian. So that's Umar don't have no sense. You know, the Asians are buying up this and they're doing this and they're down in there and they're doing this to black people, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she's part Asian. I think she's part Chinese, if memory serves me correctly. So if you notice after that, she don't come on anymore when he get up on there. And then if you guys notice, when the Caesar Pina stuff hit the fan, Angela Yee was like, I'm out of here. See, and I want people to understand that Caesar Pina stuff, we learned about it, but don't think that somehow that when we learned about it, that it just started happening. No, that's that investigation, all that stuff was going on way before that. And I'm sure that Angela Yee knew about it. You know, I can pull up the video. Jay Morrison, they used to bring him on the Breakfast Club. And if you guys go and look up Jay Morrison and Angela Yee, he was showing her houses as if he was a real estate agent to the stars. And he wasn't even no real estate agent. This guy, he was a fraud. He was such a fraudster. Just because you have a license, I don't even know if he had to have had a license. Who knows with these scammer types, but just because that don't mean that you're actually willing and dealing. And Jay Morrison wasn't willing and dealing. He was just giving the illusion. He's just the marketing and the presentation and all of that stuff, the swaggy piece stuff, whatever you want to call it. But to understand this, that Angela Yee, her departure, listen, she knew what was going on, and she probably knew for quite some time. And at a certain point, she says, "Oh, I ain't gonna be a pro. I'm gonna do my own thing." So she went and she did her own thing. Good for her. Good for her. They was disrespectful to her at times too, especially Charlemagne talking crazy to her, sexual talk and all that stuff. Just disrespectful. So good for her. She went and did her own thing. Thanks, expressive orator, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, Umar, he'll lie about anything. He sure will. Okay, let's get back to it. Here we go.
Floors, and the prices wasn't too bad. Floors, and they got to cover them up. Mm-hmm. Right. So, in fact, coming here, one of the good sisters Sister Jennifer out of Trenton, shout out to her and her husband. She has an uncle who does floors. So I'm going to meet with him this weekend and see what type of price he can give. I also met with some other brothers who do floors, and the prices wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? So once we do that last layer of coat and do them floors, we applying for the certificate of occupancy.
You think that's going to be hard to get?
It could be, because in talking with some of the businesses in the neighborhood, they're telling me that they've had to wait months before the city came out to do their inspection. Mm-hmm. This is what they saying. I don't know if it's true.
Listen, Umar, I told you that. Clown. I told you that a couple of years ago. See, that's why when Umar says that the school is going to open this year, he changed the date every single year. But when he said it was going to open this year on, what did he say, September 3rd, I believe, 2024, I was sitting back like, wait a minute. How's the school going to open? First of all, the renovations aren't complete. They're still not complete, even though he said they were complete last year. The paint look all jacked up and janky. You got ceiling tiles missing. You got holes all in the wall. You got tiles on the floor that need to be replaced and water damage. You got a leaking roof. Umar, he already said he need a roofer. There's so many things that are wrong with these traps, these bandos up there. They're still on the vacant property list to this day. And then you have to figure that if the school's going to open in September 3rd, that means that you need to have the infrastructure in place. There's no IT infrastructure. I have a degree, IT related degree, cybersecurity and computer technology, sitting up there on the wall. There's no IT infrastructure. That's going to take months to get figured out and get put in, and $120,000, $150,000. He had a server rack sitting up there, looked like it was a guillotine. I kid you not. But let's set that aside. There's no desk. There's no chairs. I'm talking about for people, the children to sit in. Now, he do got some old beat up ones that was from the Moyer Academy from like 11 years ago. There's no laptops or Chromebooks. The kids be using Chromebooks these days. Hey, wait a minute. There's no food facilities on that side of the street. How you gonna feed these kids? You gonna cater? Everything gonna be catered? Okay, if that's the case, well, where's the catering service? How much is that gonna cost if you're gonna be starting this year? Oh, wait a minute, you ain't even got no teachers yet. There's no job board. Where's the job board for FDMG? You mean to tell me that between now and September 6th, you're gonna put all this together? Wait, you don't have no counselors? You don't got no 401k plan set up. You don't have no insurance. How you gonna have insurance when you ain't even got the certificate of occupancy? These are on the vacant property list. They're vacant. They're abandoned buildings. I'm talking about in terms of status. That's what they are. Where's the buses? You said the buses was going to go out of state. Well, where's the infrastructure for that? The logistics aspect of this. How you going to pay the salaries for the teacher if the schools open up on September 3rd or whatever it was, or 2024? You guys see what I'm saying? There's no, the list can go on and on and on. And people still believe this foolishness was going to open up. And just like last year, the year before, 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 and the year before, going all the way back to 2013. Did I miss one? And the year before. So when I thought about it, just from a timeline, there's no way. And guess what? I told Umar that it's going to, you can't just put in an application for certificate of occupancy and they're going to come out the next day. I told him this a long time ago. It could take months. You're dealing with the city. And they're going to go and they're going to look up the property. They're going to see what permits were pulled for the work that has been done. And they're going to inspect all of that. And it's not going to pass just on that basis alone, because a lot of the work was done by Pookie and Ray Ray, and there's no permits that were pulled to get the work done. These people need to be certified so that when they come in, they can trust that the work that was done professionally. And we know that it wasn't done professionally. You had black electricians in there, and like I said before, and then you fired them once they got enough electricity turned on, so it looked like you was really balling. And then here we are, all these years later, and the other side of the street, you done abandoned. Umar don't even go over there anymore. So I told Umar, I told you that a long time ago. And now Umar, yeah, well, people I done talked to, they've told me that it might take a couple of months. I told you that years ago. Got him. He keeps saying price like he can't afford it. Yeah, where's the money at? Charlemagne, you should have asked him where the money at. How much money you got? When he purchased these abandoned buildings, Umar should have been sitting on about 2019, 2017, $1 million. Let's just say another 1.5. He should have been sitting on about $1.1, $1.2 million. Where'd the money go? He purchased an HVAC unit. Allegedly, he never showed any receipts. He said $50,000. He does some blueprints. I think he said $20,000 or $25,000. Okay, that's 75. We can deduct that. He should have been sitting on at least $1 million. So where the money at? Thanks for saying this too, Money. Thanks for let me say one other thing. Charlemagne and DJ Envy, do y'all know that there's a video where Umar, it's the paint day video, but for the paint day, they were going to go get, I can pull it up and show it to you. They were going to go, he had a guy calling, and the guy called him from Harbor Freights. And they have this conversation, and Umar, let them, they're trying to get a deal. They're trying to hustle. They're trying to get a deal. And Umar was like, yeah, see if they can put you on their program so we can blah, blah, blah. And it sound, I mean, the way they was talking, it was like they was going to be spending like 20, 25, 50 bands or something. You know, they was going to be dropping like a hot. And then the guy at a certain point, he says, just let you know, it came out to like $260 or whatever it was. And Umar was like, oh, wow. Oh. This guy with $260, whatever it was, I spent today, I kid you not, people, between last night and today, I spent, my wife and I spent about $460 on food. The pantry's filled up though. But Umar done collected millions of dollars and he tripping off of a couple $100. Where's the money at? See? I should pull up the video. Matter of fact, hold on one second, just so we can have just to show you how ridiculous this is. I know where it's at. I've already downloaded it too, but I'm just going to pull it up on YouTube. Watch this. Right? All my videos are coming up. I shouldn't do it this way. I need to go on to let me go on to King Kong Consciousness, the YouTube page. Wow. Hold on one second, everybody. There go that song. All right, and let me go right here. And we want the one from this year because he's had paint days. There's one from 2021, 2020. Yeah, it's not coming up. I know which video it is. Let me see if I can find it in my notes. Okay, let me go ahead and let this play. I don't want to drag this on, but it's not coming up right here. What's another way I can search for it though up here? Because I just want to play it from. Give me like 30 seconds, everybody. Hold on one second. Paint Day. This was before the sequence of paint days. There were 4. The first one, this was before the first one. Yeah, I don't see it here. Okay, I'll look for it while we play some more of this. I just don't want to get the show held up, but it is on here because we played it from here. Okay, here we go.
They say, Doc, you might got to wait a minute, and because you are who you are, they might try to nitpick you too. So I'm just going to, hope for the best. You know what I mean? But cautiously understand.
Hope for the best. That's the plan.
That because they never thought we would finish.
Who never thought you would finish? And you're still not finished. You see? Yeah, they're not going to insure these buildings. It's not going to happen. For the record, just in case if I'm unable to find it, and I should be able to, but I'm going to look at my notes too. Real quick, Cookie Crush chat. Hit the one if you remember me showing that receipt, just so that people don't think that I'm making it up. There was a phone call. Umar's talking to the guy, and the guy gives a figure at 200, 300, maybe I can't remember, $360, something like that. And Umar's response is very clear that it was like, oh wow, how are we gonna come up with that's a lot of money, and it was just a couple of $100. See, meanwhile, he has millions of dollars of renovation work that needs to be done. The operating budget, the Moyer Academy, we already did this. We talked about this too. I brought the Moyer Academy and what their operating budget was, and then we adjusted for inflation, and then we cut that budget in half because Umar's only dealing with half of the street. But then we have to throw in and factor in how much all these extra stuff that Umar said he was going to do. The dirt bike team, we're going to take trips to Africa and trips once a quarter to go out into the wilderness with the kids, and then all the buses going into different states and all this other stuff. That he's going to teach the boys how to fly helicopters, fly airplanes, and float boats, as he calls it. Okay, that's a lot more money, but the point is that he's going to need millions of dollars per year, $4 million, $4 million a year just for operating costs for 1 year. Okay, look at all the ones in here, just so you guys, it was 290. Okay, thank you for correcting me on that. It was 290. Okay, I can pull it up, but let's just keep going. Okay, I don't feel like wasting time trying to find it, but it was not Lowe's. Someone said Home Depot. It wasn't Home Depot. It was Harbor Freights. Okay, here we go. We got 1,000 people in the building. If you don't hit the like button, I appreciate it. Here we go.
This could be a little bit of a push. I just hope it don't get to the point where I got to have a protest. You follow?
See, this is the plan. The plan is to put in a certificate of put an application for a certificate of occupancy, or don't put in a certificate application for it, because he never shows receipts that he's done it. So he doesn't even have to put it in. He's lied so much. He can say that he put one in, but he didn't put one in. Then he can say that it was denied. And if you put one in, it's going to be denied. But his backup plan is, okay, wait a minute, it's sabotage, it's the white man, you know, it's the city. They're trying to stop me from doing what I'm doing, and they're trying to discriminate against me because I'm black, and then we're going to have to march. See, here we go. I also heard him say that they're going to have to file suit, and they're going to have to sue the city. He's saying this way in advance of even putting in an application, because he already has his strategy in place. Peace, Lenon. Do you soundproof your space? No. Is the sound quality okay, arrogant people? Y'all let me know if the sound quality is bad. I can figure something out. Let me know. Is it you guys hearing something? Let me know. So Umar already has a plan. He has a plan that's already set up, and it's just a matter of him executing his plan. All right. Let me try this one more time over here. And we're almost done too, because there's not much more that we need to get to. Yeah, I wish I could find this video, but oh, okay, it's good. Okay, cool. How's it going, Erica? 78 Ben. Everyone else too. What's up, Maddie? How you doing? Everyone else inside the Cookie Crush chat, y'all undefeated. Let's keep going here. I don't want to get sidetracked on this. Here we go.
I hope it don't get to the point where we got to drag the city into court for discrimination against us.
There we go. He said this before. He said this on I think it was Yachty or whatever it was. One of those, it was a popular show, podcast. But you see, he's saying he's repeating it now in advance of even putting in a certificate of occupancy, because he already has a strategy to prolong this. You see what I'm saying? What's up, information man? Yeah, you got a lot. Your interview got a lot, gang of views, man. Thank you so much. It was awesome. They want to give shout out to information man. Umar has a strategy, and I'm telling y'all right now that's the card that he's going to play at a certain point. It's always something. There's always some roadblock, but he thinks about it in advance, and so he already puts the seeds out there in advance, so that when he calls it, people are like, oh yeah, no, he's already prepared you. That's called mind control. It's the power of suggestion. See, listen. I wouldn't be surprised if Umar doesn't even put in an application for a certificate of occupancy, but he says that he does. Umar, if you do, you need to show the receipt this time, because you don't show receipts for nothing, nada, amigo, nada. ¿Por qué? Because you're a scammer. See? You're a fraudster. And Umar knows that the fraud and the scam is the money. So he never gives you figures. He never shows any paperwork, none of that. See? What's up? Yeah, man, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up? Yeah. Right on. Okay. We're almost done here. Here we go.
It's because they never thought we were finished, and we done. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not, sir. You see the trickery? These are the scam artists, boy, and the fraudster. You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling the Cookie Crush chat, because the Cookie Crush chat is undefeated. You might be fooling some of these other people. Maybe DJ Envy. DJ Envy know that you a fraud. Charlemagne, you know that he's a fraud. But you see what he said there? See, now all of a sudden he's done, even though he just telling that they still got to get the floors done. They got to do another coat of paint, etc., the doors, etc. But now they're done. And if you were done, what does that mean exactly? Does that mean that you would be done with what? Renovations? But that doesn't mean that the school is opening, because you don't have no faculty, you don't have no staff, you don't have no operating budget, you don't got insurances, you don't got 401k plans, you don't have benefits for the teachers, you don't have benefits set up for the counselors, vice principal, you don't have security, you don't even have HVAC. These kids gonna be freezing. They're going to be burning up in the summer, freezing, because Umar said he's going to have summer classes too. Umar, boy, he a trip. And guess what? By the way, Umar stated, DJ Envy and Charlemagne, that he's going to charge the parents of these kids $500 a month to attend these traps. Bandos. $500 a month. DJ Envy, Charlemagne, I don't know where y'all come from. From what I know, Charlemagne's from down south, I think Carolinas or something like that. I don't know if you grew up in hood or hood-like conditions, and maybe I don't know if you grew up in poverty or nothing, anything like that. And from what I understand, DJ Envy, you had a more privileged life. That's fine. But what I'm getting at is that if you guys do your research into Wilmington, Delaware, and in that area, the types of type of financial or economic strain that is going on over there, a lot of the people that live there on government aid, a lot of the people there, they medium income. I think the last time I checked, this was years ago, it was something like $40,000 per household. Go listen. You guys go up there and you go on Google Maps and you go up there to these abandoned buildings in Wilmington and just start using your cursor to go around and go look at that neighborhood. Look what's going on up there. Did y'all know that there are 2 prisons? Well, there's a level 5 maximum security prison within, it's less than 1 mile away from these abandoned buildings. It's a weed and seed community. It's crime infested, drug infested. The year prior to Umar purchasing these abandoned buildings, Wilmington, Delaware was ranked 7th in the nation for violent crime. In the nation, sirs. These people ain't got money to be putting down $500 a month for one kid. Wilmington, Delaware, they given it the name Murder Town, USA. Y'all know that? Hit the 1. $500 a month. I wonder, listen, DJ Envy, did you donate? Charlemagne, did you donate to FDMG? Let's finish it up.
And I got to thank y'all for that because y'all helped me get the word out. You know what I mean?
You helped him to get money. You guys are accomplices in this. You're complicit.
So we there. And so
Charlemagne like this. Look at Charlemagne like, what in the, we got to do what we got to do. Yeah, $500 a month for a school year. We're talking 9.5 months. So let's just round it up to 10. It's going to be about $5,000 a year. It's crazy for one child.
So, God willing, I believe.
Here we go. God willing, I believe. Okay, there's a term for this. When these interrogators interrogate, it's called a qualifying statement. See, what it does is it allows the perpetrator to have an out. Hit the 1. I love them interrogating videos, dude. I watch those all the time. They've been interrogating these criminals. In essence, that's what I do with Umar. It's just I do the critical analysis of all the foolishness in his videos and what he says and the Big Papa podcast. And I have a timeline that's very, very clear and meticulously I can break it all down. And I know when I hear a qualifying statement, and Umar does this all the time. He'll say things like, God willing, we'll open. Jay Morrison does the same thing too. If everything goes well, then it might happen if, you see, you guys look for this. When you guys are looking and you're analyzing these charlatans and scam artists, look for these types of things. These are all red flags, and we've outlined a couple of them already. Okay? I'm hoping to, it's an out. Yeah, there was a time he said that he was going to have online classes too. Y'all remember that? Yeah, who paying for the food on the bus ride? Anyway, I mean, it just goes on and on. Yeah, it could be. There's a qualifying statement. See, Garvey Willing. Garvey Willing. All right. If I crush enough cookies, then. If I did, okay, all right, let's keep going. Boy, y'all crazy. Here we go.
They don't take forever to inspect the building, hoping we get these floors done quick.
Hoping, and then he's putting it on them, right? It's not, he's not holding himself accountable. If they get this done quickly, the inspection, you see this? Darius King says, it's clear that the Breakfast Club is not good for people because I can't think of one person they had on there that wasn't full of BS. I mean, they've had the person that came to mind just now, just because you're saying this, is what's the actress? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She's like world class. She did. I'm getting old. I don't know why I can't even think right now of her name. I'll always do this though. Not Eartha Kitt. Way Next Hell. She did the Malcolm X, and she on the police show now. My daughter and my wife used to watch. They don't watch it now, but they had her on. No, not Viola Davis, but she's great too. I don't know if they had her on. They probably had her on too, because they've had on some big time people. What's up, brother? Chicago. Yeah, Angela Bassett. I'm tripping, boy. I'm tripping. Because I had a crush on her back in the day. This was before I met my wife. When that movie came, what was it? Way Next Hell? It's one of them movies. I said, boy, I tell you, and she still looked good. She looked like a hot grandmama. Hell, boy, I tell you, and she aged so well. I don't mean to get sidetracked. I know. I always forgetting her name. I didn't back in the day, boy. No, not Tina Turner, but Tina Turner was fine too. But I had a crush on Angela back in the day. Okay, Angela Bassett and Angela Yee. I'm just playing. Okay, sis, if you see this, I don't. All right. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, well, Stella got her groove back. I'll be forgetting which one it is. All right, let's finish this up. Here we go.
Quickly, we should be able to have our inspection.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I always pronounce stuff crazy because that's how I talk. I apologize. Here we go.
Before the end of the summer.
Are you concerned that?
So he's saying by the end of the summer. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to thank y'all for that, because y'all helped me get the word out. You know what I mean? So we there. And so God willing, I believe if they don't take forever to inspect the building, hoping we get these floors done quickly, we should be able to have our inspection before the end of the summer.
Are you concerned?
No. And all the blinking and the squinting. Okay. Now let's listen to the last part right here.
Concerned that some of these Negroes, because that's.
Here we go. Charlamagne, you don't have to call black people Negroes. See, if a white person did it, it's a problem. So don't do that. You're placating Umar because he does that all the time. Don't do that.
That's been the only thing they can come at you with, Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
No. That's a lie. That's not the only thing. Yeah, the school scam is the major thing, but that's not the only thing. What about Umar's call for the murder of 10% of black boys? Do I need to pull it up? Charlamagne, what about that? Why would you have someone on your show who's called for the murder of black boys? DJ Envy. What about the fact that Umar lives a sexually promiscuous lifestyle and he uses his platform and this idea of saving black boys to sexually exploit black women? Why would you have someone like that on your show? He's called little girls who've been raped and essayed. He's called them thoughts, holes, those holes over there. That hole over there, whatever it is. Shit. I can pull it up. I can play it for you right now. What about when he was dealing with the stripper with the blonde weave? And he calls her a COINTELHO. He called her a maggot. Hit the one. I'm not making any of this up. I can pull it up. I can pull all this up. So no, it's not that it's only the school. I think the school is the most relevant thing because it's the scam, and he's collected it has to be over $2.6, $2.7 million by now. He had a conscious stripper. That's what they called her. Do I need to bring up some more stuff? I mean, listen, there's a plethora. I can just bring it up back to back to back. So no, that's a lie, Charlamagne. It's not that it's just, how about this, Charlamagne? Umar is trying to tell black men that they shouldn't date or marry outside of their race. But Umar's not married, and he's not even dating black women. He's just sexually exploiting them, and he's running through them and then on to the next. Why would you have someone on your show like that? That's why he's always talking about cookies and crushing cookies. Umar's a colorist. Light skin, dark skin, this type of talk. That's a problem. I can keep going forever on this. So no, it's not just the school, Charlemagne. That's a lie. Yeah, he said he was celibate. How about this? Umar stated that you won't be hired at FDMG unless you have a natural hair as a woman. Well, that's called discrimination. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And he demeans and disrespects women who have the weave and all this type of thing. Why would you have someone up on your show like that? Meanwhile, he dealing with strippers, a stripper that had the blonde weave. I can pull up the video right now when he was down in Louisiana about a month ago, where he was at a club and the music is playing and everything, and he has his camera and there's a woman that's sitting at the bar that got these braids, long extension braids, is a blonde. You need to pull it up. And Umar has to put the camera on her. She was like, hey. When she saw he put the camera on her. How about this, Charlemagne and DJ Envy? What about when Umar was on the flight and the stewardess, he took his phone and was filming her filming her body parts while she was trying to work. How about that, sir? Do I need to pull that one up? Shit, I'm gonna pull that one up. Just that one. Then we're gonna be done. I was supposed to pull up the other one about the not the Lowe's, whatever, the Harbor Freights, because it was funny, but that's okay. 60 million views. That's what we're gonna go to. There it is, right there. See, I already knew. Dr. Umar lusting flight 227. Let me let here. So no, it's not just about the school. It's about his character. And I can come up with so many other things that's popping in my mind. What about Charlemagne? What about the time that Umar was doing these college tours for these teenagers, and he was following the teenage girl, two of them in two separate videos. One of them's not online anymore, but I have it. The other one's still online, but I'm not going to promote it, okay? Because it's just so inappropriate. But he's following her around and recording her backside. How about that? Their backsides. And then I also have a video where he's doing it, and I can actually play that one, where he's actually following around this one lady that has, I think she had on like it was like a dress thing, but he's following her around and putting the camera like this all on her breast, and he goes back behind her and putting it on her backside. How about that? Huh? So no, sir, it's not simply, Umar, it's not simply about the school. Yeah, let me play this for y'all real quick. Watch this. Pervert ass. Let me know if y'all hear the audio. Some of y'all ain't seen this one. Watch this. Look at him rubbing on his leg. See how he has the camera on that lady over there? She's a pretty lady too. There you go. Look at this pervert. See him rubbing on himself? That young lady's young too. If that was my daughter, boy, I would have whooped this. Anyway. Look at him. See? There you go again. See this? Pervert ass.
That's front, mister. You're about doing that.
I don't know why they put that in here. Y'all cut it out. Okay, I don't mean to laugh. He's done this to little girls too, little teenage girls. I can show it to you. I'm not going to show it because they're minors. This is when he was doing the college tours. I got the videos. Let me mute the music. Okay, so he ain't gonna look. He ain't gonna do it to the men that come through. But let me scroll up. Watch this.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
See him rubbing on himself. There you go. Watch
Morning is in progress, and we expect 35 minutes at 9:30 to each morning. 00 to something. Thank you for that.
It is. He's a sicko. And then he live streams it. He's trying to get the camera on the right angle. Yeah, she sure did. She did. Hold on, see, it gets way worse. Watch this. I'm gonna let it play. Actually, let me skip through. Hold on. Here we go. See? Look at him. Rubbing his nose. He think it's funny. Look at him. Then he try to see when she turned around. You see how he tried to take the camera away? Look at him. Watch it when she turned around. See that? See, Charlemagne and DJ Envy, it's not simply about the school. Okay, it's about character. He's a perv. He ain't got no business being around children, period. Yeah, he is. He's sick. I've never seen anyone behave like this and then go live stream it for the world to see. And this is just one example. He's done this so many times. And if you guys ever saw the him doing this to the teenagers, the teenage girls, see, that's why a long time ago I told people that he ain't got no business being around no kids, none. He's a pervert. But see, y'all, Charlemagne and DJ Envy, you'll have them up on that platform, exposing them to your audience. They'll send him some money. He ain't gonna get the type of money that he got before. They probably didn't even let you. I don't even know. Did he actually give out his cash app this time? His PayPal, his PO box. Anyone know? If anyone's seen the full video, let me know if he did that. I know for a fact he ain't with the same type of money he got the last time he was on, and compared to the last time, going all the way back to the first time he was on. I know that for a fact. He ain't got no business being around no kids. Period. Vegan Sports Bar says, don't forget the fireside chats, including cuddling with the students. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to play that right now because we got to be done. I got to clean up this kitchen and clean these floors, and I got to go down into the basement and sweep up down there too. I have audio from what Umar calls the Big Papa podcast. And I should play it. In the audio, Umar's talking as if the school is open, children are on the road, and it's like a family or parent orientation. Talking about all the things that they're going to do, and he even tells how much it's going to cost, $500 a month. But he also starts to talk about how he's going to have these fireside chats. And how the boys are going to dress in suits and they're going to bring them back to the school, and it's at night, and they're going to feed them dinner. And then this clown says, we're going to cuddle, meaning he's going to cuddle with the boys around the fireplace. I can play it. It's from the Big Papa podcast. I think it's episode 6 or episode 8. Not to mention when he was in the school, when they didn't have electricity, a little boy in there, and he was talking crazy, and there was women up in there, and he was said something about he can't wait to have the sleepovers. so he can lock the boys in the school and turn off the lights and play capture the flag. I said, mother, what? I can play it. It's in the documentary. I can play it. Now, let me tell y'all something before we move on and finish this up. Everything that I'm saying here and everything that I said in this video, I can back it up with a receipt, a video receipt. And I don't have to twist things or anything like that. I can just play it and you will hear it. One thing I do with Umar is I'm fair and I have integrity. And if I screw up on something, if I have a date wrong, I always say I apologize for that. No, that's just the right date. If I have a figure wrong, I always correct myself. It's not like I'm just taking bits and pieces and cutting them up to make it seem like he's saying one thing. No, that's not what I'm doing here. See, it's called integrity. This guy is a problem. He ain't got no business being around no kids. And if you're a man of character, he ain't got no business being around no women. And guess what? He don't deal with men, not no real men. He don't deal with real men. Why? Because he's a weirdo. That's why. Watch this. Here we go. You think it's funny? Ain't nothing funny about it. Look at this weirdo. There you go. This is y'all's principle. Let me just say this too. Listen, if you're a heterosexual man, listen, it's nature. We'll take a look and it's, oh, that's a beautiful woman. We move on. Okay, that's a beautiful woman. Yeah, it is. The one sitting across, a younger lady. Yeah, okay, I get that's my son. But no, we don't take our cell phones and live stream their body parts like that. We don't live stream them, period. But we don't take and being sneaky about the shit. He's sneaky. He's a pervert. That's not normal. Now, appreciating the woman's beauty. No, I get that. But you don't do this, men. This is pervert behavior. And he's on a flight. This woman trying to work her job, and this guy up here live streaming her and taking pictures of her body parts. What kind of man? Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's right. This goes on for 20. Well, I don't know how long he does this exactly, but the video is 27 minutes long. Let me skip it because we got to get up out of here. Hold on one second. Here we go again. See? Boy, if that was my daughter and I saw this clown somewhere and I saw he had done this, boy, I'll tell you right now. I tell you, I don't play them kind of games. That's one thing. I do not play with that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's my. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. See him taking a look? Look at him, looking her up and down. He thinks it's funny. It's not funny. And your followers are goofy too. It is scary. If it was your daughter that you're doing this to, here we go again. Look at him rubbing on himself. Look at him. The freak. He ain't just rubbing. I mean, he rubbing up his leg. Watch it, this motherfucker. I apologize. I'm sorry. It's not just the school. That's the point, Charlemagne. I can pull up so many of examples of this type of sexual deviancy. But maybe y'all don't care. Okay. I don't know if you have kids or daughters or wives. I thought y'all was married. I thought, but maybe it don't matter to y'all. Maybe. You had other scammers up there too. You had Polite up there. He in jail for essaying a teenager. So I guess it is what it is, huh? This guy up here rubbing on his leg, up his leg. Look at him. Here we go again. I wish that was security. They got his. Anyway. Here we go again. Look. See how he put it on her backside? Rub it on his leg. He did the same thing put on the backside of the teenage girls. It's y'all's principle. Okay, I think that's it. No, he's still doing it. Look at it. There you go. Look at him. That's a weirdo. You don't even say that, do it. You think it's funny.
Lounges, electronic devices, including laptops, must be stored during taxi takeoff and landing. Please contact the cabin crew if you notice any damage on your electronic devices. Wi-Fi.
I think he was down the islands because they was like, yeah, there's a man on here, the pervert on seat 5B. His name is Big Papa. We need to get him. We need to get him off. We need to get him off. I'm sorry. Anyway, he's a perv. I'm tempted to pull up one other video. Let me finish this because we way over time, but let's go ahead and finish this right now. Okay. Hold on one second. That's not what we want. We want this right here.
Dr. Umar don't got the school. Dr. Umar got the school.
Yeah.
Now that the school is here, the school is almost done.
Okay, no. It's not here. Now you're saying, how is the school here? Then you say it's almost done, Charlemagne. That's called a paradox. You can't say that the school is done and then say it's almost done, but it's here. No, it doesn't work that way. A school is a place of learning. It is where children are educated. And understand that that's not what's happening up there. The schools are not done. The school is not done. If the school was done, he wouldn't be talking about how he needs to still get carpet put in, and he needs to still paint, et cetera, et cetera. Does this make sense? Hit the one. So which one is it?
Inspection before the end of the summer.
Are you concerned that some of these Negroes, because that's been the only thing they can come at you with, Dr. Umar.
Yeah,
Dr. Umar don't got the school. Dr. Umar got the school.
Yeah.
Now that the school is here, the school is almost done. Do you think that's
The school is here, the school is almost done? Which one is it?
some of these Negroes are going to be protesting the most.
Yes, because they're not going to stop. Now that I'm open, they got to move the goal.
See the slick talk? He said, now that I'm open. You're not open. You're not even close. You got millions of dollars worth of renovation work that needs to be done on both sides of the street. These are trap bandos, bro. And it's open. Now that you're open, if you're open, that means that still children are enrolled. Where are the children at? And you got teachers, faculty, staff, insurance. You got 401k plans. I always bring that up. They got health benefits, dental, vision, right? Medical, mental. In some cases, they be providing that nowadays too. None of that exists. Where's the buses at, Tommy? But you see the slick talk, they just like that, just tweak it just a little bit. And people who aren't thinking critically about it, now they're going to say, oh, wait, the school is here. See, it is open. Now, what you haters got to say now? See, that's what you call slick talk. Jay Morrison does the same thing. Polite used to do that too. Look out for these types of things when you guys are analyzing these fraudsters.
Now that the school is here, the school is almost done. Do you think that some of these Negroes are going to be protesting the most?
Yes, because they're not going to stop. Now that I'm open, they got to move the goalposts, right?
That's right.
Now it's how many kids? What is he?
No. That's called projecting. See, ain't nobody moving the goalposts but who? Cookie Crush chat. Who's been moving the goalposts for the last 14 years? Not Umar critics, not I don't mean to say it that way. That sounds weird. Not me, not the Cookie Crush chat. Who's been moving the goalpost? Umar. In fact, if you guys really think about this, him even purchasing these abandoned buildings was moving the goalpost, because initially he was trying to put in a bid, which he never did, for a college campus called St. Paul's down there in Virginia, I believe. St. Paul's College. And it was going to be a boarding school, a whole college campus, a boarding school where the children were going to come and live there with him. He said, they're going to stay with me in the dorms. I said, what? That sounds a weird way of saying that shit. They're going to stay with me. He stopped, and then he took that bottle, he drank that water, and then he put that water down, and then he said, in the dorms, because he had to correct himself. Freak off. I can pull up the video. It's called The War Against Black Boys, or The War on Black Boys, and he had on a yellow dashiki suit looking like some sort of a prehistoric bird. The birds back in the day were real colorful. It's like, you know what I mean? He's been moving the goalposts since 2010. He says it's going to open in 2014. Then he says it's going to 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now he's saying that it's going to open in August of 2025. So he's just projecting there. Okay. Yeah. Umarosaurus. That's what he looked like. I got pulled the video. He was all belligerent and shit. Oh, y'all got to give me some $200 damn dollars. I don't $200 million. I said, what? I'm hyperbole. I'm just joking. Okay. He said something 150. That's all y'all got to give me is $120,000. He's trifling. I said, you big old Umarosaurus, you cut it out. He was on a rampage. Looking like a conscious Garfield. Okay. He did look like a Flintstone character. You ain't lying about that. But anyway, so no, Umar, he's just projecting here. No one's moving the goalpost. But the other thing too, that I catch on with is that he watches these videos. Watch this.
Goalpost, right?
That's right.
Now it's how many kids? What is he?
Weren't we just talking about how many kids last week? Hit the one. Wait a minute. We just talked about that yesterday. Hit the one. You gonna watch this one too, Umar. Got him. Y'all remember? Hit the one. We were just talking about this yesterday. We were trying to crunch numbers. We were talking about it the day before too. We were trying to crunch numbers, how many students he need to be have enrolled, and if he's going to only do 3 grades to start, how many classrooms. Remember? Look at all the ones up in here. Uno. He sure do. He watches these videos, and it ain't just me. He be watching Cookie Crush chat. He be in there. He just be frowning. We were just talking about this. See, I knew exactly what he was talking about right there. Umar, you be watching these shows. Jonathan, you know he be sitting up there mad, eating Twinkies and shit. He be mad at them. I'm gonna eat you, mother. All right. Okay, we're really gonna finish up now. We're goofing off. Here we go.
He teach and how many they're never going to stop because the motivation is.
What's the motivation, Umar? It's my thing. It's here we go. See, this is Umar trying to come up with something. What is the motivation? He's coming up with a lie, just like earlier when he was. Yeah, the certificate of occupancy. Well, people been telling me last week on Monday. They told me. See, he's doing it again. It's watch. See, I know this guy. That's one thing y'all can't tell me. I know this guy. I know his mannerism. I know when he's lying. I know how the facial expressions, the little, because he has these little tweaks that he start doing like this. But then when he start, my thing is, watch this.
They're never going to stop because the motivation is slander. See, in the beginning.
No, it's not slander. I can back up everything that I say with receipts. I always do. So it's not slander. No, not at all. In the beginning, what, Umar?
I thought the motivation was truth. I thought people who questioned me sincerely just wanted to know, are you scamming us?
Umar, you ain't fooling nobody.
And then when I started breaking everything down and showing them how I'm not scamming them. And
when and where, sir? When did you break things down and show that you're not scamming? No, what I've done is I've broken you down to show that you're scamming. You've yet to, listen, Umar, because I know you watch these shows. I tell you what, I'm gonna put a link in here just for Umar to call in right now, because you're probably watching this live. I know you're watching it. And what I want you to do, sir, is I want you to call in and I want you to break this down to show us that you're not scamming. I'll wait. The Oranosaurus, the Lialianosaurus, the Hypsilophodon, and the Muttaburrasaurus, and the Tenotosaurus, and the Umarosaurus. Yeah. Okay. You don't want to do it? That's fine. When you're ready to come on the show, to break it all down to show that you're not scamming, just let us know. Okay? Just let us know. And I'll be professional too. I'll be professional. I'll be nice. I'm not going to let you slick talk though. And you definitely not going to be over talking me and yelling like you do, because I don't play that. Okay? But I'll be respectful when I ask you some critical questions, and let's see what happens. You'll start snarling, sniffing, and blinking. And my thing is, I guarantee it. All right, he don't want to. All right, he don't want to do it. That's fine. No, I'm serious. If Umar want to come on, he can come on. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll be so cordial, and I have my questions. I already know what questions I'll ask. I'll say, Umar, how much money have you collected to date? Can you provide us with a receipt, some sort of accounting? What accounting system do you use for all the donations you've collected since 2014? Is it true that you were planning on doing summer youth programs and aftercare programs under the name of FDMG back in 2011, sir, or 2010? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to your Shock Your Memory, sir, that you were collecting donations for that was supposed to premiere in 2014? Did you ever finish that? Sir, where did the money go? All the money you collected for that Shock Your Memory, sir. Where'd the money go? How much money did you spend to purchase these abandoned buildings back in February of 2019 in Wilmington, Delaware? 400,000? Well, if you had 400,000, how much money did you have left? You didn't have that much? Well, sir, is it true that you stated in 2017 that you had already collected $1 million? Well, if you had collected $1 million in 2017, wouldn't you have some money left over in 2019, in February of 2019, after you purchased the abandoned properties in Wilmington, Delaware? Well, sir, how much money would have been left over then? Sir, what about you recording these women and their body parts on the plane? Don't you think that that was a bit inappropriate? Did you, sir, when you were doing the college tours with the teenagers, did you not record the body parts while you were stalking and walking behind these teenage girls? You did, yes. I have the receipt. We've seen it. It's in evidence. Can you explain why you were doing that, sir? And sir, when you told the boys to wait back and not to go to the drinking fountain because you wanted the girls to go up there, is it true, sir, that you then scooted past the boys and took your camera and filmed the little girl as she was bending over to drink from the water fountain? Sir, do you live in your mama's closet? Because in discovery, I found, sir, that you've been evicted with your mama twice already. We also have evidence of you inside of your mama's house in the closet, and there's a knock on the door, sir. Do you remember that? And it was a caseworker, sir. And you, as we recall, you did not turn your camera off, sir. And so we could hear the conversation, and the caseworker was asking who you were, and you said, I'm her oldest son. Because is it not true, sir, that you claim to be the primary caretaker of your mother? How is it possible that you could be the primary caretaker, sir, when you're traveling all over the world? And sir, is it not true that you stated that they extended your mother's hours so as to justify why you were there at the time that you were there, because you were not supposed to be there in your mama's closet, sir? And sir, is it not true, as the record shows here in evidence, in discovery, we found, sir, that when the caseworker left, prior to them leaving, you told them that your mother was not there. But then after the caseworker left, sir, what happened? There was a woman's voice in the background. Was that your mother, sir? Sir, is it true that you went on a rant against General Seti where you completely showed your ass, sir? And sir, as I recall, as we all recall in the Cookie Crush courtroom, sir, is it not true that at a certain point the phone rang? Your phone rang, in fact, sir. Is this not true? And when that phone rang, sir, did you not state that, excuse me, did you state, for the record, did you state that, no, who were you talking to, sir, at that time? Sir, was that one of your Goonie Goons on the phone? that were going to handle the business, as it were. That's some funny shit. Sir, if it was the Goonie Goon, sir, why did you talk to them and the phone rings while you're talking to them, sir? Sir, the paint. Did you paint the outside of these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, using the old paint that was at least 6 years old that they used for the Moyer Academy, sir? Is it true for these paint days that you use the same paint that you used for the gym? And that's why the color schemes inside of the small school trap is the same as inside of the small gym trap. But is it not true, sir, that you, and it's on the record in discovery, we did find, sir, that you were on that college campus, Coppin State, as it were, sir, and you told the kids, the young people in the audience, that you needed $25,000, something to that effect. I apologize. Let me look at my notes. Cookie Crush Chat, how much was it? However much it was on the record, sir, we did the calculations, and based upon how many gallons you stated, that it was going to cost about $120 per gallon, sir. Is this not true? And yet, sir, in the end, at the end of the day, you did not pay $20,000 for some paint. No, you did not. That's not what you did. Thank you. Okay. I am the lead attorney. Okay, you're okay. Ike Frederick, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for handing me that paperwork. Hold on. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, sir. Yeah. So as it were. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, you said that you were going to spend $20,000, whatever it was, and you end up using the old paint from the gym. Do I need to continue? I think I've made my case here. Sir, do you desire a snow bunny? I remind you, sir, you're under oath here. Okay, that's enough. So, Umar, whenever you're ready, you're more than welcome. I won't goof off like that, but I will have questions. I already have questions prepared. I wouldn't be joking about all this other stuff, but I will specifically talk about the school scam because you know it's a scam. You've never explained this away. Okay, you never have, and you can't. It's called a long con. See, and listen, I've watched Perry Mason. I've watched Matlock. Okay, I've watched Joe Brown. Okay, I watched Judge Judy. All right, so don't play with me. Okay, I'll just play it. All right, here we go. Let's finish up now.
We ain't even spent no money because we ain't found no contractors. Then I realized this ain't about the truth. This is about.
Okay, wait a minute, sir. You said that you haven't spent no money because you haven't found any contractors. What you mean you ain't found no contractors? You mean 5 years and 4 months later you ain't found no contractors? And yet, sir, did you not say on the record that the black contractors were trying to scam you? So if they were trying to scam you, that means that you did have contractors. Yes or no, sir? See, there we go. Got him. Just finish up.
About slander. Y'all just want to be entertained at my expense. And so people say, well, why haven't you been more transparent? I've been too transparent.
Really? Remember on the Lord, Jamar? Umar, you've been completely, you've kept everything a secret. Even when you purchase these abandoned buildings, you would think that he would show the paperwork to be able to boast about it. But he didn't do that. The lack of transparency is why people started to ask questions in the first place. Isn't that true? And see, just so you guys could, that's a blatant lie right there. But just so you guys, just to be clear about this, if you listen carefully, listen to the laugh that Umar gives afterwards, because he knows that he's lying. Watch this.
My expense. And so people say, well, why haven't you been more transparent? I've been too transparent. Every time
Hear that? Just that little. Okay, he's lying right here. Yeah, when? This guy. That's been one of his yes, sure, LenonHonor. yeah. Okay, I forgot about that. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. If I question him, he'd be like, all his, that's plead the fifth. These nuts. That's it. Sir, where's the rest of the money? These nuts. The paint day, sir. Didn't you use the same paint from the Moyer Academy that was over 6 years? Oh, these nuts. That's him pleading the fifth. Wow. Thanks, Kiara. Vegan Sports Bar said I had a coworker go to court for doing this in a supermarket. And Vegan Sports Bar is talking about video recording people, women, and recording their body parts. Yeah. It's you can go to. I mean, people can press charges for that. And he's on a plane and he's in another country. See, Umar could have got hemmed up and be in jail still right now. He could be for what he's doing on that plane. If they knew what he was doing and they got security up on there and they pulled him off the plane, because that's what they would do. They would put him off the plane. And then the woman pressed charges. This guy, he might still be in jail up over there as they work through the proceedings. Yeah. And the fact that he does, what about this? The fact that Umar does it and he live streams it and he's laughing and giggling about it throughout that just goes to show you the type of person he is. See? So no, it's not just about the school. It's about many different things. And I brought up quite a few of those things here during this live stream. Okay, we're going to end it right now. Okay, let's finish this up. Umar talking about he's been transparent. When and where? Crazy. Yeah, I know. I know this guy, boy. I'll tell you.
I'll come up out there. Where we?
And you know what? You're right about this, James Dean. And the truth is that if the people got a hold of this, that was on that plane, that lady got a hold of this, that he was recording her backside, the flight attendant, and she wanted to press charges, she still could. And it's on the internet. She sure could, and the airline too. Well.
Yeah, what problems we got? Right. You know what I mean? How much more money we need? This is what we go. I realize this ain't about the truth. This is about slander. Y'all just want to be entertained at my expense. And so people say, well, why haven't you been more transparent? I've been too transparent. Wow. Every time I come up out there, where we at? What problems we got? Right. You know what I mean?
Every time you come up, you're always nowhere. What problem? Yeah, he does say that's true though. I'll give him credit for that. He does talk about problems, but it's really just excuses. Now listen what he says next.
I mean, how much more money we need?
How much more money you need? When's the last time Umar gave people an update on how much money he needs? And for what exactly? To finish renovations on half the other side of school? But see, it doesn't make sense to tell people how much money you still need when you don't tell people how much money you still have. When you don't tell people how much money you've already spent, and you don't tell people how much money you've already collected. I rest my case. Y'all, that makes sense? Yeah, as we finish this up. Yeah, that makes sense, don't it? Okay. But Umar gets up and he lies. He gonna tell people, well, you know, I tell people I'm transparent. No, you're not. You never been. And that's the reason why people have been on you for years, because of the lack of transparency. That's why when Lord Jamar brought it up years ago, you flipped out and went crazy. Look at it.
You know what I mean? How much more money we need? This is what we're going through. In fact, I think I've been too transparent. When we open up the next school,
What? We gonna finish. We gotta finish. We gotta go. Here we go.
I'm not gonna be that transparent. Y'all see it when it opens, no matter how long it takes. But I felt the need to be transparent.
Look at it. No matter how long it takes. But I felt the need. He's lying right here. He's never been transparent. You know, that probably could be a poll. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. I just want to put this in here before we close out. I'm gonna close out the poll that's on there, and I'm gonna put up a poll that asks the question: has Umar been transparent? Okay. The poll today, there's been 1,108 votes. I'm gonna close it out right now. It's now at 1,010. The question is, did the Breakfast Club ask Umar Johnson critical questions about FDMG? And we just watched this segment about FDMG. Just only a couple more seconds. And 10% said yes, and 90% said no. Okay, so roughly 111 people said yes, and 1,000 people said no. Okay, and the people who said yes are probably Umar Johnson apologists. Okay, so let me end this poll. Thanks for everyone for voting. We had 1,112 votes. I'm gonna close this one out, and before we roll out here this evening, I'm gonna start one more poll, and I think it's an important question. And the question is, hold on, is it gonna work? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Oh wait, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. The question and the answer. Is it gonna let me do it? Okay, hold on one second. Here it is right here. Okay. So the question is, has Umar Johnson been transparent about the money he has collected for FDMG? Okay, that's the poll. And if everyone here, if you can vote on this real quick before we get up out of here, because we're going to be done in about 3 minutes. Let me go ahead and put this up. Has Umar Johnson been transparent about the money he has collected? He has collected, okay, for FDMG. Poll is up now. Okay, so before we end, I'll refer back to this poll and I'll give you the final numbers on that. All right. So before we're done, let's finish what he's saying here, and it's only a couple of seconds.
My loyal supporters, because remember, most of our FDMG donors, they are repeat donors. Very few people have only donated one time.
Yeah, he doesn't know that because he doesn't have a system of accounting. That's why he tells people that he has in the past. I can pull up receipts. He tells people who've donated to send him information so that he knows that they donated. He doesn't have a system of accounting. This guy's collected $2.7 million by now, at least, and he doesn't even know who has sent the money, when they sent the money, and I can pull up videos where he tells people to send in receipts to him so that he knows how much they sent, when they sent it, so that when the school opens, he can honor them appropriately. Okay.
These people who are questioning me, they've never donated at all.
That's not true. Information Man donated, and he was a supporter of Umar back in the day, and we just interviewed him. Shout out to Information Man. We interviewed him. Was it last week or this week? Oh, I can't even remember. I thought, no, that was this week. If you guys haven't seen that particular interview, it's an eye opener. Okay, and there's plenty of people. We took a poll, and over 1,000 people voted, and I can't remember what the number was, but I think it was 25% of the people who voted. They're former supporters of Umar, and many of those supporters, they actually donated to Umar, but they're consistently here on this YouTube page as I critique Umar and expose the fraud. You see, so Umar, that's not true at all. Okay. Yeah, he's bringing up the loyal donors because those are the people who would be more inclined to donate consistently. So he wants to shout them out here so that they donate. See, I wonder if they actually, if he actually gave out his Cash App and his PayPal PO box during this interview. If anyone's seen it, if you can post that in the chat room. If you saw the whole interview, let me know inside the chat room. Just say something and type it in all caps. Say something like, "Yeah, he did give out his PayPal and Cash App, etc." Okay. All right, here we go.
Ain't got children going to the school.
Okay, wait a minute. No one has children going to the school because there is no school. See what I'm saying here? This is why the critical thinking and these slick talkers, now he's speaking as if the school exists, but it doesn't exist. And if you're not thinking about that, it'll just slip right through it, and you start assuming that the school actually exists. See, he says, they don't even have children going to the school. Okay, first of all, there is no school for the children to go to. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what we're going to call it from now on. We're going to call it scammer semantics because Jay Morrison does the same thing. Scammer semantics. I'm going to say it 3 times so I can remember. Scammer semantics. Matter of fact, I'm going to hashtag scammer semantics. Perfectly. Thank you. Perfect, D-Trail. Thank you so much for that. Because now we got something to add to the, all right. There it is right there. Wait, sir. All right. Yeah, they are, but they had Polite on there, they had Jay Morrison on there, they had Cesar Pena on there. You would think that they would have learned their lesson with Cesar Pena and just not do that anymore. Okay, scammer semantics 1, 2, 3. Oh, so he gave out all his links and including his PayPal. That's the Cash App. Well, that's sad. That's totally sad. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay, he's gonna get some money. I told people he's gonna get some. He's going to cash infusion. But then I told members what's gonna happen next. Okay, and I'll mark my words when it happened. I'm gonna tell you all I told you so. All right, here we go. Let's finish up for sure.
Don't live nowhere near Wilmington, Delaware. You understand me? So there's
Okay, wait a minute. Most people who donate to Umar don't live anywhere near Wilmington, Delaware. Let's be clear about that. Hit the 1. If you guys think about it, even logistically, the vast majority of the people who sent Umar money, they're out of state. Wilmington is very small. You guys know that? Very small population. And the people who live in Wilmington, most of the people who, especially near them schools, they don't have money to be given up like that anyway, because it's an impoverished community. You guys go look it up online. What you can do is you can take the what is it, the zip code or the area code? The zip code. You can take the zip code of these abandoned building trap bundles up there in Wilmington, Delaware, and then you can just do some research on Google, and you can look at the median income for that zip code for, let's say, 2023. The information should be out there. 2022 will definitely be up there. Just do some research and you'll see. The vast majority of the people who sent Umar money, they're not even living in Delaware. Think about it. Yeah. Scammer semantics. See, even him talking like this is scammer. It's I've never said a total. These poor donors. All right, let's. I don't want to goof on because we need to be up out of here. So let's finish this up right here. Here we go. Here we go.
my loyal supporters. Because remember, most of our FDMG donors, they are repeat donors. Very few people have only donated one time. These people who are questioning me, they've never donated at all, ain't got children going to the school, don't live nowhere near Wilmington, Delaware. You understand me? So they're just doing this for kicks and giggles.
Right. Okay, now he's talking about us. Now he's, because we have a good time, do we not? Okay. Now this is Umar taking a shot, but Umar, it really doesn't matter. Okay, you're a scammer. I think you know that, sir. You just don't want to admit that. And you've been going on for the last literally 19 years about this whole FDMG thing, and there's still no school. Not one child has been educated, and you've collected literally millions of dollars at this point, and you ain't got shit to show for it. So let's let him take a shot. We're going ahead. Here we go.
YouTubian struggle streamers. They will slander my project. These YouTubian struggle streamers, that's what they are. YouTubian struggle streamers.
Zaza Ali said something similar to that back in the day. Here we go.
They will slander my project to get an extra 100 views.
Yeah. An extra 100 views? You sure about that? An extra 100? I don't know about that, Umar. I over the course of like 2 or 3 months, my videos get between, dealing with Umar, get between 18,000 and 22,000 views. But it takes a while. Some get to 20 quicker, but most of the time, over the course of like it takes 2 or 3 months. I got videos from back in the day that was getting 35,000 views and stuff from back in the day. But it's a matter of them being up long enough for more people to get to them. The algorithm kicks in. So 100 views, Umar, I don't think that's it. Okay, but that's him trying to, I guess, disparage what I've done and what other people have done in terms of covering Umar. By the way, there's more and more people who are speaking up about Umar, if you guys notice it. In fact, inside the Breakfast Club for this interview, you'll notice that there's more people who are clowning him about FDMG. If you go on his Instagram page, there's more people clowning him about FDMG, and that number is going to continue to grow. With the timeline, the further and further out he gets from when he started this school scam, the more criticism he will get, and the more people, more and more people will speak out. And at a certain point, it's going to hit critical mass. It hasn't gotten there yet. Okay, but I'll keep it going. At least do my part for as long as I can. Okay. Hope y'all enjoyed the show as we close this out. Here we go.
Literally, you go to their page. You did all that for 100 views. You thirsty struggle streamer.
Oh, Umar, don't be like that. Don't be mean. You don't have to be mean. He mad. He mad at me. He mad at Cookie Crush Chat. Umar, don't be like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, don't even feed them. Stay focused on the work.
I was going to ask you.
Okay. By the way, you're not focused on the work, sir. You're traveling all over the world. Okay. You're everywhere except up these trap bandos. You don't do any work. In fact, you're quite lazy. And that's one of the reasons why this school scam has gone on for so long. You live streaming in the bed all the time in different countries in some cases. Really, you're one of the laziest people I've ever come across. And that's saying a lot because I'm getting up there in age. And I'm not saying this to be mean, but you're one of the laziest people that I've come across. See, there's people who, if they were handed 1.6, 1.7 million dollars, $2 million, $3 million, they will have get up and go to get something done, and it would invigorate them. Right? I want y'all to think about this before we close out. Cookie Crush Chat. If someone gave you $1.5 million for a project, and you've been saying you're going to do this project, and it's been 19 years, you know darn well if the ends, the money comes, the cheese, the cheddar, the squilla, if it came like that, and you were truly dedicated to the mission of getting that project done, you would be invigorated. And you would be so excited. You would wake up extra early because you know you have the backing that you need, the financial support that you need to get something done, right? Not Umar. Think about this, everyone. See, many of us, we have dreams and we've had dreams, but it's just an issue of not having the backing for it, the financial backing for it. But can you imagine if whatever that dream was, and you really believed in it? Okay? And I'm saying that specifically, that you really believe it, because I don't think that Umar really believes in opening up a school. It's just a money grab. It's a long con. But if it was something that you truly believed in and the financing was there, meaning that the financial situation, you didn't have to worry about money because the money was going to be there and people were going to support you for it. And it's something that you truly believed in and you've been wanting to do it for such a long time. You know doggone well that you will wake up every single day and you will be so dedicated to it. It's something that you've always wanted to do. You've been dreaming about it and now you can get it done, and you get your ass out there and you make it happen every single day. You'll get up extra early, you go to bed extra late, but then you wake up and you're not tired because you're doing your work, what you've been called to do. Some people would say God's work, right? But in Umar's case, you see the exact opposite. He's getting the money and it's still coming in. He's going to get a cash infusion from the Breakfast Club as we close out. But you know what I noticed about Umar over the years? He's gotten lazier and lazier and lazier and lazier. And that's in part why there is no school. But he'll keep collecting the money and he'll keep running this long con because it allows him to live his lifestyle, which is absence of educating Black boys or establishing a school or protecting Black women. He's a perv. It's already been proven. So those of y'all, Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, to be honest with you, I don't think DJ Envy even cares much for Umar. I think that Charlemagne wants him on for the views. But if you guys care about, and maybe you don't, but if you care about your name, and I'm talking about just integrity and that kind of thing, maybe you don't. Okay, sometimes people they come up on enough money, they don't give a shit. But if you care, don't bring Umar back on there. Or at the very least, if you have him on, ask him some critical questions. And we did 2 shows on some basic questions that should be asked with Umar dealing with this school scam. And if you're going to expose him to your audience and then have them fall victim to this school scam, at the very least, when he brings his ass back up on there, you ask them some critical questions like a man should do. Be a man. That's all. And you still get the views. In fact, you get more views if you really go at it, because Umar start wilding out, and then people gonna want to tune in to see this clown wilding out, and then you bring him back on. He gonna come back on because Umar, you want to get that money. You'll get more views if you actually stood up like men and really confronted this man on this fake fraud school scam. So do the right thing. Either don't have him on. Well, shit, you can do what you want to. Either don't have him on or have him on, but be man enough to ask him the critical questions that you should ask him, since you're going to expose this fraudster to your audience. And that's the right thing to do. Okay. All right, before we get up out of here, the last poll that I put up has Umar Johnson been transparent about the money he has collected for FDMG? There were 200 votes for this one, and 94% said no, 96% said yes, and that 92% is Umar, Umar, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Tiff the Griff. I'm just playing with y'all. Okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning on in. Let me go ahead and close out this poll so that it appear inside of the chat room. There was one last super chat in here. Everyone, thanks for the super chats too. If you send in Cash Apps or PayPal, thank you so much. I appreciate this. But I always appreciate the support. Okay, thank you all so much, everyone in the Cookie Crush chat. You guys are undefeated. Cecil says, I got a reply text reading these nuts a while ago from Umar after asking about a network engineer for Wi-Fi infrastructure in the letter of acknowledgement from the Department of Education. Did you really? If you still have it, can you send it to me? And you can redact your phone number if it appears on there, or I'll redact it if it's on there. Let me read this to you guys. I got a reply text reading these nuts a while ago from Umar. Damn. Cecil had asked about a network engineer for Wi-Fi infrastructure. And I know what you're talking about. See, because there's no IT infrastructure in those buildings. It's all been ripped out. The Cat 5 cables, they probably got Cat 2 cables up still in there. But anyway, I'm playing. The Cat cables, they're all ripped up out of the wall. They're all hanging down. They're all over the place. There was a server stand or whatever it's called. I can't remember what the terminology right now. And that's not even inside where the server room was. I was just sitting up over by in a whole other room up there. It looked like a guillotine. The server rack. And then it looks like there was a patch bay in there. Okay. A lot of that stuff though, anyway, it's already outdated. He's gonna have to put in a whole new IT infrastructure inside of that small school and on the other side, which would be even more. I mean, the amount of money that needs to go into this. And you guys have to understand something, that the school will not open up unless they have an IT infrastructure. You can't have a school without IT. You can't do it. You got to have email. You got to have Wi-Fi. You know, you got to have a server, data server. There's all kinds of things you got to have. Wi-Fi extenders, access points. And you got to have Ethernet too. You know, I prefer to use Ethernet anyway instead of Wi-Fi. I don't do Wi-Fi when I live stream. So Cecil's saying that you texted Umar about a network engineer for Wi-Fi infrastructure and the letter of acknowledgement from the Department of Education, and then Umar replied, "These nuts." Yeah, if you have it, can you email it to me if you still have it? Okay. Yeah, it just goes to show you, and I've given plenty of examples of this too, where there's people, professionals who. Matter of fact, Cecil, watch this. Because I pulled this up. I was thinking about it yesterday, and I found it on accident today. Watch this, and then we're gonna be done for sure. Let me pull one thing up, and I have it on my desktop. Watch this, Cecil. Don't think that you're alone on this. Watch this. Here we go, right here. See this? Watch this.
Good morning. Today, I want to talk about what's going on with, and in my experience with Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm on my way to work, Houston, Texas. And I'm not going to look at the camera a whole lot, but I just want to tell y'all my experience with Dr. Umar Johnson. It wasn't an up-close and personal experience. And I want to just bring some things into question for those who are supporting his FDMG school. Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. In talking about Dr. Umar Johnson or Jermaine Shoemake or whatever, all the names or whatever, Effin Tunde, all that. A couple of years back, I listened to Dr. Umar Johnson before all the stuff that happened, you know, maybe right after the little stripper controversy. And I was like, this brother's on fire. He's talking about some stuff. And you know, without really thinking, I was like, this guy's really intelligent. Saw him, like most of you guys, I saw him on the series for
Hidden Color.
Tariq Nasheed's Hidden Colors. And so I was like, man, this brother's intelligent. He's on there with Dr. Francis Cresswellson and so many other intelligent black scholars. And so I went on Twitter like most of us do to find out how do I get in touch with this brother to help him with this school. Now, I didn't donate per se, because I'm not just quick to jump out there and donate. But as a videographer, a person that does film and videography, and as a computer science technologist, I offered my services to him as a staff member or a potential staff member. So I wrote to him, because he comes through Houston a lot. He's got a big base here in Houston, and he comes through the Shrine of the Black Madonna. So I wrote him. I said, brother, I'm from Houston. I noticed that you really don't have somebody doing your film professionally. I think that you can get more financially from people if your product was a little tighter. And I would like to be able to help you at no charge. Not that I mean, you know, that you can't pay me, but I believe in what you're doing. And as if you needed somebody as a technologist to teach, I'm working on my master's degree right now. You need somebody to teach at your school in the future. I'm willing to do so. I started asking him, does he have a staff and does he have a plan? What is his projected year? And I can help you with all the things that you really need, because it seems like you don't have a staff put together. And, you know, but I kept going in asking questions about, you know, not how he's spending money or anything like that early on. This was like close to 10 years ago, probably 8 years ago. I'm just trying to help you, brother.
Okay, now he's saying 8 years ago. We still got 900 people in the building, not 100, Umar. If you guys can hit the like button, we're almost done. I apologize. Did he say 8 years ago? Let me just real quick, because I'm really big on timelines. This video appeared June 26, 2019. You see what I'm saying? Let me go back.
Questions about, you know, not how he's spending money or anything like that early on. This was like close to 10 years ago, probably 8 years ago.
Okay, let's go with 8 years ago. That was in 2011. We're now in 2024. Umar still doesn't have any IT infrastructure. There's no technology up in these traps. I'm talking about no technology that should exist for a school. Yeah, he got some cameras. I'll give him that, but come on. Talking about security cameras. This guy's talking 2010, 2011? Yeah, 2011.
I'm just trying to help you, brother, fulfill the dream, because this is for our children. Before all the egotistical, narcissist videos, all this stuff. Long story short, I looked up and I was blocked.
These nuts. See? See? That's what that is. And see, he's not the only one. Cecil's not the only one. There's other people, including Brother Marion, rest in peace. He's the one that told me to get the degree, the IT-related degree, because I was going to do something in law. He's like, no, I'll do the IT, because he was a really big, rest in peace. It's just a good brother. I was on my Skype yesterday, and his last message is still up there. You know, I wish I had contacted him too. I still feel bad about that. I still feel bad because I think he was well, let me not say anything else. But he was the one that inspired me, and he helped me through the process of getting the degree. And he was always there. I mean, there'll be times it'd be like 1 a.m, and I'm working on a paper, or whatever, and then I'll see he's on. I'll ask questions. He'll respond right away, and he would help me through. And he was going to do, because he was his specialty was SEO. And he was going to put together Umar's website for free and optimize it in the search engine, which would maximize Umar's reach and potential to get more donations. because he was planning on setting up so that it's all automated. Umar wouldn't have to do much of anything. In fact, Umar wouldn't have to, because he said he would manage it himself for free. Rest in peace, Brother Marion. He was a good brother. And at a certain point, you know, he had some correspondence with Umar, but when it was time to take action, what did Umar do? He went ghost, wouldn't respond anymore. Okay, well, that's these nuts. So there's plenty of people who Umar has done this to. I even gave an example inside the documentary of a guy that was going to do the HVAC stuff and HVAC and plumbing. They weren't going to do electricity. It was HVAC and plumbing. And he had a whole team that was going to come out to do it, and they were going to do it and write it off. But see, Umar didn't even have tax exempt status, even though he was saying that he did. But inevitably, when it came time for the guy to come out here or come out to Wilmington, Delaware to take a look to see exactly what needed to be done so he can go back to his company that he worked for and make plans, Umar stopped responding. So this all to say, Cecil, that you're not alone in this. There's plenty of people who have done this. And for Umar, I wouldn't be surprised for him to respond these nuts because he's done it to other people too. But it goes to show you what type of person he is. That's a shame. You got people, professionals that can really help to have gotten this project up and running a long time ago. And what does Umar do? These nuts. And these people ain't asking for nothing. They're asking to help. That's the thing about Black people. I'm going to tell y'all that we may not have much a lot of the time for a lot of us. And I've been there myself. But when it comes down to it, when there's a person in need and we can help, we always do. People have done that for me and my family. I've always been grateful for that. And if there's a time where I can help, I will help. And if I'm not in a position to help, and I'm not just talking financial, I'll let people know it could be time. Listen, I can't do that right now, et cetera, et cetera. But as Black people, when it comes to when we are in our times of need, we step up to the plate. It's part of our culture. Now, we be tripping sometimes too. You know, that just is what it is. But that's one of the aspects of our culture that we can stick our chest out and be proud about. When it comes down to it, when it's time to step up to help each other, we help each other. But look at Umar. When people like Cecil, when this brother that I just mentioned, I don't think he has his name on here, or when Brother Marion, rest in peace, when they reached out to do stuff for free for Umar to help to get this project, what did he do? Just dismisses them because he's not interested. And this is the final point. He's not interested in opening up a school. He doesn't want to deal with professionals who would push this project forward. Why? Because he wants to extend this as long as he can so he can keep collecting money indefinitely. And that's the scam. Okay. So I'm so sorry. See, thanks for Super Chat, but I'm sorry that you had to go through that. If you still have that text, you want to send it to me, you're more than welcome to do it. But this is just another example. Umar's done this to so many people. Diaz all said F and yeah. Real quick, if you guys don't mind, let me just play a little bit more of this and then we're going to be out of here. Here we go.
Dr. Umar Johnson, Jermaine Shoemake, whatever, blocked me.
Thank you.
He blocked me. And so later on, I started seeing all these videos up to now about him being narcissist, about him being egotistical, about him maybe having mental issues. And I started to watch all these videos that everybody making, even after him and Tariq Nasheed got into it and other people, Tommy Sotomayor, all these other YouTube people. And I started to say, you know what? This brother's mind is not well. He's smart as a whip. I'm not going to take nothing away from his intelligence. The brother's smart. And what he's talking about, he has researched and he's telling the truth about Black boys. I have Black sons. I know how they do young Black boys in the schools. Now, how much of that is him wanting to make a change or just pimp and get funding off of Black women and Black mothers and single mothers? Yep. I don't know. But from now, at this point, it's starting to look like most people say, it's starting to look like a gospel preacher or a old school Southern preacher who knows that these Black women have this issue and he knows it and he's in a field of study that he knows what he's talking about. And everything he's saying is valid, but he's using it to his detriment, and it's hurting our community more because everything he's saying is true. But it's like he got a new hook to get money off of it. Everything he's saying is true and very valid about the school systems and black children.
Some of it is. I have to correct that because a lot of it is just Umar, exaggerating and, misrepresenting stats, et cetera. But that's part of the manipulation too.
And it's not just black boys, it's black children. And so that's what immediately got me. It's like, well, why would you create a school for black boys and not black girls?
Yeah, man.
So he started becoming eccentric and started saying that sisters couldn't work for his school if they had a permanent hair, if they had weave. I was like, okay, I can kind of feel that. You're a Pan Africanist.
I don't know about that.
But I think that in order to get people educated to where they need to go, instead of telling people what they can't do, you should receive people, because there's a lot of sisters out there who have perms, and there's a lot of brothers out there who trying to find their way back to Pan-Africanism and being proud of their roots and heritage. You're going to turn away 90% of the professionals that can help get your school, raise funds, and get you somewhere because you don't want to accept their appearance and you don't want to bring them in. Unlike...
All right. By the way, all of that is just like different levels of defense. Even in cybersecurity, you got these different levels of defense. Your firewall was one of those things. Encryption is another one. This is different layers. But the point I want to get to is that Umar, how he has framed the FDMG school project and all of the demands that he places, it's just levels of defense to getting away from actually opening up a school. So he'll say, you have to have your hair this way. Okay, now you eliminated a certain amount of people. He'll say things like, you can't be dating outside of your race. Okay, you've eliminated another amount of people. He'll say things like, these nuts. So that means that people who are trying to help, that would have helped, you're dismissing those people. But really what it's doing, it's just creating a barrier, a line of defense, more barriers that take away from the project moving forward. The project can't move forward, but even though the project is still where it's at, in the center of these different layers of defense, right? He's still collecting money. But the project doesn't get outside of the defense mechanism to where it actually becomes functional and helps black boys or black girls for that matter. See, Umar's slick. Umar is slick. And to close out Breakfast Club, I doubt you're going to watch this. And even if you watch some of it, you probably ain't going to watch all of it. But just be mindful that you've exposed your audience again to a charlatan, a scam artist, a fraudster, and that he will exploit them like he exploits everyone. And that at the end of the day, you're contributing to that exploitation. And of course, maybe it doesn't matter to you. Okay. And if it doesn't, hey, it is what it is. In the meantime, I'll continue to do my part to spread the word about Umar Johnson and to share my perspective with receipts and critical analysis. And I like to try to provide people with the tools that they can use when they do analysis of other scam artists like Jay Morrison. And I know I said we're going to start a series on him about 2 months ago, but we will get to it at some point. And I hope that these videos have helped people. I really do. And I want to also thank everyone who's been supportive of the channel. I've received so much support over the years, and I'm really thankful for it. That's all. I always take the time to thank people. I like to greet people in the beginning as much as possible, and I want to thank people at the end. And I appreciate what we've built here together. Interesting enough, we have a community in here. People say hello, hey, how you doing? How was your week? And that kind of thing. How was your day? And that's something that's very, very special and it's genuine. So I want to thank everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat. You are always welcome here and you are always undefeated. Okay. Thanks to the mods too for handling business. I appreciate that as well. Thanks everyone who sent in cash apps. Okay. I always appreciate the support if you sent in PayPal or what's the other one? Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. Okay, everyone, thanks again for tuning on in. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. We may live stream tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet, but if I do decide to live stream, we'll pick up where we left off yesterday. We'll do part 2, and it'll have to be a little bit earlier on in the day. Okay, but we'll figure that out. I'll have that figured out by the morning time. Thank you all again. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Love y'all and take care. Peace.